I look like crap. No, I'm saying, there you go, that should work.
Can you hear us now? We can hear now. Great. Is the level okay? Next clever thing is Spotify working in the background? Yes, it's great. Can you hear music in the background? Monster in the background. Can hear the air cooler. Right, I've got that to turn that off.
Yeah, it does sound like it's going in back. Oh, she's got it.
Did it do it?
Yeah, you turned it off.
Did I? No, I
Just
didn't.
turn it on again. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
We're all good.
Can't hear any music.
You talk to them, I'll work on music.
Okay. I'm going to talk to you.
You've already seen how rubbish I look today now, so...
Hello, Crossy. Hello, Zane. And it's lovely to be back after a whole month away. So much for a couple of weeks. So I'm really sorry. It actually took a month. But I needed the month. I really did. The 2 procedures, as you know, were quite serious ones. Forgot you were living in Australia, and I was like, air cooler? It's freezing cold. Yeah, no. It has actually been quite warm. Ooh, you right?
You're right, yeah, I'm just breaking stuff. Where's your headset? Hang up.
Okay.
Just, I'll sort this, it'll just take me a minute.
So yes, the air cooler is on, but it's now being turned off. You missed my voice. Oh, Zane, that's such a lovely thing to say. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Mwah, to you too. So, I hope you can see we have the beautiful Serum Marchetti decks back out again because I just love them. And newsflash, in December I will be taking delivery of his last 3. So I have that special edition. Hello Peggy Chris, how are you? I'm doing great. Honestly, I am doing so well. I needed that month to get over everything. Kim, how are you? Lovely to see you here. But yeah, I needed the month, but now I am great. Great energy, feeling good. No more bruising. I was covered in bruises and swelling and I couldn't talk. Now I can move my mouth. Still have no feeling from this side here, the lip, and all down to here. On this right side here, there's still no feeling there. That may come back, it may not, but apparently you can still, Layla said I can still be understood. So that was the main thing, that people can still understand me, and I've got full use of my mouth and everything else, so that's absolutely great. But yeah. So the last 3 days I've actually been eating real food because I was on liquid food and then soft foods while I was waiting for the inside of my mouth to heal and all the swelling to go down. But yeah, no, it's been great. So I'm feeling good. Can't wait to do some tarot readings. I can hear music now. Can everybody hear a little bit of music in the background? We have our lovely Wolfie Vallejo royalty-free music in the background playing. Not really. Okay, I think. Tell me when you can, please. I can hear a little bit coming at my speakers, but we're just not. No. Is it on your end? You can hear a little bit.
It's very quiet.
Yeah, we've got it fairly quiet because we're talking, but we can put it up just a tiny little bit. I think I join you. Okay. We've had loads of updates because obviously I haven't had everything turned on for a month. So all these updates come flying in. So it's just like, oh. Everything is just a retrial and just retesting of everything.
Yeah, right, you keep talking.
So, Anna's taking care of the music. Like I said, you can see we've got all of these. You can hear, I'm feeling wonderful. DJ Bing Bing, I am feeling great, thank you. Needed the months to get over everything, and I'm glad I took it and didn't come back early because I would not have been able to talk. And I see how blue this is. Well, I had blue and purple bruises like that. I was like my 5-year-old. Hello, Crossy, how are you? I was like my 5-year-old niece had taken her makeup and like done all over my face and my neck with it. So that's how I looked. So it was not a pretty sight. So all the bruising and the swelling's gone. Voice is back to normal, can talk. I thought it was you, Andrew. How are you doing? My lovely cousin Crossy, Andrew's had some surgery and is on that horrible stage of where you have a cast and you just can't wait for it to come off.
How's that?
Okay. How's the music level now, everybody?
Better? Okay.
Great.
Alright. I shall take my very not dressed self out of the way. Oh.
That's good. I don't have much time. Just came to see how you are going. I really am going well. Thank you. Interesting pick of music. This is Wolfie Vallejo. He makes all... Hello, Lothra. How are you? Lovely to see you here. He does all his own music. It's all his own creation, all original stuff. And he allows streamers to use it royalty free. So we can play this. It doesn't get muted in in our stream. It doesn't get muted for videos. And it's all his music, and he's so generous to allow us all to use it royalty free. So and he's always adding original stuff. Yeah, it's wonderful of him, and it's beautiful stuff. It's really lovely music. The cat's sitting on the chair next to the table, so we're obviously going to have Roxy join us at some point through the evening. It's nice to be back, Lothra. It's so nice to be back. I really missed all this. As I was saying, I'm waiting for a big order of another 3 special edition tarot decks coming from Ciro, his last 3, and a big banner that he's doing for me for Tarot DNA having up. So that will be coming sometime in December. It's actually being sent the first week of December from America, so it'll take a few weeks to get here. So I'm hoping it'll be here before Christmas. But it's really nice to be back. It's just lovely. I've missed really chatting to everybody and seeing you all and doing all the readings. It's just been, couldn't wait. DJ, as you don't have much time, did you want a quick reading? I'll put you in first. If you don't have much time, I'll do you a very, very quick reading, if you'd like one. I've changed the decks back to the normal ones, and I will be changing them up a little bit. I thought, you know what, I may have a lady coming in. I'm going to change them again for Christmas. Yes, I will. It just depends what I can get hold of. So, a lot of the things I was hoping to have got done. Yeah, really loving it. But I've got these 2 are brand new. Let me just open up the actual queue so you can join. The queue is now open, but because I know DJ, you don't have a lot of time. If you'd like a reading now, DJ, okay. So yeah, but before I was... Okay, is something not working? Okay.
It's stuck. can reach for the background at the moment instead of the camera it should be. Why is nothing working the way I want it to?
You have a flight to catch, Kim? That's okay. We'll catch you later. Thank you so much. And I just realised my main camera on here wasn't working.
Caught up now.
Caught up now?
Yep.
Yay, yes. Woo, everything's working. Have a very safe trip, Kim. Take care. Are you going somewhere nice? Work, pleasure? Seeing family? We'll see you later. You take care. Oh, thank you, London, for letting Zane know exactly what it is. It's exclamation join, puts you into the queue. Should be all good now? Yep. Everything's moving. You can see me. Cameras are working. Sound is working. Lights are working. 2 thumbs up. Yes. After all the updates. It was just like, we knew it was going to happen my first time back. So, you know, it's live. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's live streaming. So, while we're waiting for everybody to join the queue, I just wanted to let you know these are my 2 new Oracle decks that I got from a great store here in Australia called Taratopia. This Divine Oracle deck, on their website I've actually done a long review on it. It's a brilliant, brilliant Oracle deck. Finally. That's okay. That's okay, Nana. You're just glad to be back. I'm so pleased. And this one I haven't done a review on yet, but I absolutely love it. I'm not going to do a full walkthrough, but I thought, which one would you like to look through first, the crystals or the animal one? And we'll have a quick flick through and I'll show you why they're just so beautiful. So if you want to put in animals or crystals, which one you'd like to see first? Crystals? Crystals? That's it. 2 crystals answers came up first. We're doing the crystals. The reason I got this crystal deck, and I have another crystal oracle deck, was because, can you see how beautiful that looks, the way they framed the face with the actual crystals? It is gorgeous. Every card is done like this, and the reason they've done it is so that you feel actually connected to the crystal. If the fan's too distracting, we can just turn it off. It's cooled down a little bit now, so that's okay. So I love the box, and I love the fact it's got the most gorgeous colour inside, which is just beautiful. Some of them just do a black inside. I love the colour and how they've carried that border all the way through. And this is the background. How gorgeous are all those crystals and how they've done the background. Absolutely beautiful. Now this particular deck is by a lady called Maxine Gadd. And it actually comes from an Australian publisher, Blue Angel, and they're doing some it is beautiful. It's really nice. They're big cards, but they're not so big you can't actually shuffle them. The only thing I will do, that I do with a lot of the decks that have a black border, when they have the cards like that, I colour them. So Blue Angel, yeah. Oh, thank you, Manuel, for hosting. Can you see the difference when you have a black border and it's got the black ink over it to the white? I like it being done in the black, so I will get some Sharpies and I will do the edges with black like I've done on this deck. I love Blue Angel, I really do. So No, it's not the only one I've got. I've actually got several of theirs that have come through from... You got a really present today, did you? An early present today. What did you get for your early present? Is this an early Christmas present or an early present for something else? We want to know what you get. What did you get? We love prezzies. Yay, presents. Yeah, we love presents. Do the cards on those decks have the same size? How do you mean? Oh, your nurse fob watch came. Oh, that's wonderful. Did you get the silver or the gold? You couldn't remember. Well, the silver. I think they'll look really great on the shirts. Andrew, some of you may know, is actually now started training to become a nurse. And I come from a family of nurses. My mother was a nurse, my brother, my sister-in-law, loads of family members are nurses. And it's a tradition that we give presents of a fob watch in our family to all the nurses. And I asked Andrew if he'd mind, because my mother gave me my fob watch when I started, and I asked him if he'd mind if I actually gave him a fob watch. So I said, so he could choose it. That was a very special personal family tradition to actually give him, hello Liliana, lovely to see you, to give him his fob watch, because that's just kind of what we do in our family for nursing people. So yeah, I'm really glad it came, really glad it came. So these are the backs of the cards. It is a lovely tradition. It's something that's, my mum gave my brother his, and she also, because his wife was a nurse and trained as a midwife, she did the same thing. She made sure they both got one. So it's just something we've always done in our family, that when someone goes into the nursing or like I did, I went to massage and alternative therapies and needed a fob watch. The family gives a fob watch, just so to say this is our way of saying we're carrying on that tradition. I know it does, and I'm just so glad you were happy to receive it from me. I really do. I didn't know if Gerald was buying you one. I thought, oh, I don't want to step on somebody's toes, but I really wanted to be the one to give it to you. So I'm going to show you what they look like. The book here is lovely, black and white, really goes into a lot of detail. The keywords, a lot about them, affirmations, and their meaning. So if you don't know a lot about crystals, these are slightly different ones. And it's beautiful, beautiful book. As I said, I'm not going to do all of them, but I just wanted you to know that I will be. It's lovely to see you too, Liliane. It really is. How you can see what they've done. So this is Unikite, and underneath it's got Growing Together, and it explains all about the crystals, the coloration. You can see how they've done the face, and that's their way of saying it's a great way to connect with the crystals by seeing that face. It's just it's nice than just seeing a picture of a rock. There is a hand. Hello. Is that better? Okay. There we go. I was obviously going a little bit further out. There we are. So this is how they do it. And you can see the colouring of the stone. They do the makeup in that. And they're just gorgeous. The green jade, really lovely. There's a lot of information in these, and although I know about some of them, I don't know all of them. So this is one of those decks that's going to take me couple of weeks to actually, and I love the sapphire. Love the flowers. Thank you. I love those. Because we have lilacs and purples and cream through the house, I wanted those, and it's just nice to have them here because they match everything through. So I just like to make it pretty. I'm a girl. I like it pretty. And I love my flowers. But we have fake flowers in the house. They're silk roses because we have 2 cats, and some fresh flowers. Oh, thank you. Looking forward to that. Making the cat look all fancy. Yes, we are. It's just that if I have real flowers in the house, if the cats chew some of them are a little bit poisonous. So I'd rather just have fake flowers in the house. I prefer fresh flowers in the house, but when I've got animals, they take precedence. So they've gone past 4 times already today. Yeah, I don't know whether you can see them with the flowers there as well. I'm surprised that Roxy didn't come up on the table. She was about to. Oh, hello Zane. So I love this sapphire. It's one of my favourites. It's absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful picture. And I think you do connect to the crystal when you see it done like this. It's almost like I really understand the colouring. I really understand about it. And it helps you really take it in. That turquoise is gorgeous. Really pretty. So, and because I love pearls, I love this one so much. The green, peridot. Imperial topaz, I think is quite gorgeous. You can connect with the personality of the crystal from these. That's exactly what it's about. It's not just looking at the crystal itself, it's actually connecting with the personality of the crystal, and that face gives you something more to work with, that you actually see it and go, I really get that crystal. It's a very different way of doing it, the zebra jasper, but I really like how they've done it. I really do. The red coral, I actually have these in the rough form, and seeing it like that, it's going, I might have to get them polished up, but I like them in the rough form as well. But that's just gorgeous. When I saw that, I went, yeah, I've connected even more with the ones I have. Fool's Gold, the iron pyridite, I think that's beautiful. I don't think there's one in here I don't like. They're just the lapis lazuli, based on the Egyptians, where they used the gold pyrites and lapis lazuli in it. It's just beautiful. Some of them are very dramatic, like the malachite. And the rose zircon, because everything's, oh, there's cubic zirconia, but there are actually zircons as well, so that's very different. The beautiful ruby and the sea opal. The angel aura is man-made. Your boyfriend, oh, from Egypt. It's just beautiful, isn't it? The Egyptian one. It was just gorgeous how they've actually made it that way. The aquamarine. But you can see they've still actually done the board around to show you all the colours as well. I'll just flick through there. The orange agate. Tiger eye, very dramatic. The Dalmatian stone as well. Yeah, I just love this deck. I really do. I've only had it for a few days, so I really wanted to get to know it a little bit more. And because of the amount of information, I couldn't do a full oracle reading with it yet, just because I don't know enough. I would have to check back with the book, because with oracle decks it's always very different, because they've picked out different information. So, and this yellow jasper is quite lovely, the eyes on that. Moonstone, very high priestess. I love that. I went, that's just beautiful. Yeah, they're just gorgeous, gorgeous. And that bloodstone, that's been really well done. The rose quartz with the hearts, I like that. I love them all, but I just think they're very well done. But with the faces, as Peg Bree says, you really connect, And the amethyst is just beautiful. The diamond, I thought so Cleopatra-like and so Elizabeth Taylor when I saw that one. And the emeralds. The chalcedony. And the picture jasper. I love the jaspers. I have a couple of jasper stones. The verdamarine. Sugar Light's very purple and pink. Love you both. I just want to check in looking after a 2-year-old. Good luck. Love babysitting those. I bet, and as far as I say, they're keeping you off your feet, but you're off your feet, so good luck with the 2-year-old. You take care. And the star sapphire and the labradorite. I will catch up with you next time, Crossy, and I'll give you that reading. Sorry, I didn't realise you were on a time frame with a 2-year-old. You take care. Glad the fob watch came, and I'll look out for those DVDs when they arrive, when they get sent. So that's the Precious Gems Oracle that will be going into the rotation. But as I said, I just need to learn a little bit more about it. Cheers, you take care. And I hope you start healing up soon. Into that moon boot. Get walking around a bit more. So, did you like that one? Did you think that's a lovely deck? Because I really like that one as a crystal deck. As I said, it's going to take me a little while to... it is beautiful. Does anybody in chat actually have that deck as well? And has used it before? Hello, Rouge Hot Pocket. How are you? It is wonderful. It's really, really beautifully done. Really beautifully done. I was very impressed when it came. So, I'm more of a tarot person, but as well, mate, I've only been getting into oracles just a little bit more. Oh, glad you're doing great. But some of them are just gorgeous. So, and I like to have a range of different decks around for doing things, and it's nice sometimes to pick a crystal one at the end or something like that for a reading, just to give a different insight of what's coming out. Okay, so I think we've actually got a few readings there, and I just realised, as I said, that Andrew had wanted one, so I'll have to just go into the queue. So I'll go pick next because, okay. Well, Crossy's next, but he's actually left, so it will be Pagachris will be the next one. So I'll pick the next. Next deck, please. Do I have to join? Yes. Liliane, if you want a reading, just put down exclamation join, because then it actually goes into the queue. Just do exclamation join. I'll make sure you get your reading. Liliane has been absolutely brilliant. She's a distance healer, and she's been doing a lot of distance healing to help me this last month. So she's been absolutely wonderful to, I think it's without the space, Liliana. So if you do exclamation join without the space, I think that's how it picks it up. Am I right? Yeah. So it's I joined but without the space. Yep. All together. So, Pagachris, you are up first. Yeah, we'll tell you that you've joined. You have entered the queue. Yep, great. So, we have our beautiful Sarah Marchetti decks, starting from the Tarot Grand Luxe. These two I keep, as you know, as the extra ones for clarifiers. And I always draw. Yeah, sometimes they do when it's from phones, it doesn't it? So we have Tarot Grand Lux Believe, Tower of Dreams, as always the dreams. Ciro Marchetti Love, the Marchetti Tarot. The Legacy of the Divine, Courage. The Gilded, Hope. And the Oracle card, Serenity. So remember that's an Oracle card. All these others are Tarot. And these two I actually use. The Believe one. Grand Lux. So, Paga Crease. Do you want a general reading or a specific question? General reading, please. Okay. It is so nice to do this again. It's just lovely. What? That one wants to give you a special message. Ooh. Paga Crease, already just by looking at this, you can see that you have Judgment as a major arcana, the Devil as a major arcana, the Tower as a major arcana. So there's some very big themes going on here. Lots of things happening. This is the one that popped out in the middle. And we've got one here in case that needs something to clarify that. So we're going to start with our Six of Coins. So we know that this card is Pentacles, it's Earth, it's grounded, it's resources, it's those everyday material things. It's your money, it's your energy, it's your time, it's your belongings, it's everything to do with your home, all of those types of things, just your everyday life. The Six of Coins is referring to you having an abundance of resources, as in normally money, but other resources as well. So this is telling you that you're in a position to help others. The hand coming down is putting that in and balancing when someone has not enough, and for you who may have more and able to help. So this is a card of helping others, giving a helping hand and helping someone bring more balance into their life, because you have an abundance of resources. They may have a slight lack of resources and you're balancing the books. So you're able to help someone out with a gift. Here she comes. We've started the reading. She knows the cards are out straight away. Hello Roxy, we love you. She says, I haven't been here for a month and I have to make a special appearance. And she's just sitting on them, Paga Crease. So she's just decided that your cards are just being given the absolute Roxy seal of approval. So, sweetie pie, instead of walking through, you've just decided you're going to sit here. Can you come to me, darling? Take that down. Come here, sweetie. Come here. Oh, you're such a big girl these days. Come on. No, that's, well, you go there. Okay, fine. Thank you. Good girl. There you go. Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, it's a little deck. Anna will Don't you just love live streaming? Huh. She did not want to move. Big blooper. Well, you know, there's there's a crystal over here as well. She wanted to make her mark. I've had a wonderful, thank you Taylor, I have had a speedy recovery. And excuse me for a second, I'm just going to pick up an amethyst crystal here. There we go.
Just making sure that I didn't stick a handful of them upside down.
Thank you. So, pack a crystal, get back to your reading. White fur, thank you. So, the Six of Coins. Roxy was giving you plenty of love and abundance in her own special way. So she's just letting you know that you have a lot to give. So yeah, so she's just letting you know that there's lots of ways of giving. And Roxy gave you her own special form of giving of love. She's blessed your cards the way only Roxy can, by just laying on them and going, this has got Pussycat Roxy love.
Love my butt, she says. Quite literally.
Yes, Taylor, if you put exclamation join, you can join the queue. Just exclamation join, no space. Sometimes you've got to have enough credits, and you can get those just by staying in the channel for a little bit, or following will give you that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they're all the same. Well done. Poor Mod's running around doing all sorts tonight. Thank you. So that's the first card, a cat blessing, absolutely. Roxy just loves this setup. Absolutely loves it. Exclamation and then join, Taylor. So exclamation mark first and then the join. Then we have judgment. A judgment is a calling, being called to something very special. Do what I did, yeah, just go exclamation join. So we see the angel, the archangel here, and the doves, and it's almost like calling the souls back up to heaven. But you've entered the queue, Taylor, you did it right. But it's also a way of saying sometimes we're called to our own higher purpose. Yay! And it's a way of saying when we have a lot to give, sometimes when we have all our normal needs met, that's when we can start looking towards our spiritual life, what it is we want to do with our life purpose, how we want to help others, how we want to connect with ourselves and our higher self and the universe or God. Like a wake-up call. It is a bit like a wake-up call. It's a way of you looking at things and going, I want to commune with a higher entity, something that's bigger than we are. And it used to be when the souls were called up to heaven and for the judgment of whether they were going to go through the pearly gates, whether their souls had done enough and had evolved enough to actually make that call. And it's being called, but it's a way now that we're saying it's not just that, it's actually being called to a vocation. That judgment of, is this the right thing for me? Is this something that's going to make me happy, bring joy to my life? Is this something that I can feel I can do that makes me feel I'm giving more, I am being more? Excuse me while I take a drink. I think I inhaled cat poo. So having the abundance and having that calling is like saying, what can I do with my gifts? What can I do with my energy? What can I do with my resources? How can I go up that level in a very real way? Having the devil coming after that is actually quite interesting, because the devil is a transformation. It's like the devil is there, and it's very much that we have habits that we want to break, things that we want to let go of, things that are binding us. We see this here, and the devil's showing all these different things of holding people. But actually it's not really holding the original Adam and Eve here, who were the lovers. It's actually our way of, we are binding ourselves in a way that sometimes we don't realise until we've had that wake-up call and gone, actually, that doesn't serve me anymore. It's something I can lay down. It's very much like we are coming to a new decade, the 2020s, and a lot of people are saying, what is it I want to actually stop doing now, this last month of this year, this decade? What do I want to lay down? Hello, Maxfield Supreme, how are you? Welcome to the channel. I'm Tarot DNA. Lovely to see you here. It's very much a way of saying, I want to lay down those things. I believe in science, so do I. I have 5 science degrees. I'm very much a scientist. Very much a scientist. It's very much a way of laying down what it is that you don't want to take with you into the next year, putting those things aside and saying, I can actually do better. I can do something else. So why do I do this? Because I love tarot, and being a scientist doesn't stop me actually doing tarot reading. Then we have the Tower. So the Tower is very much, as we know, well, that's a very leading question, Maxfield, but I'm 60 years old. So I have no problem saying I'm 60 years old. I've been reading tarot for 45 years. And I have 3 master's degrees in science, so I'm very, very much a scientist, and a research clinical scientist at that. So the Tower card, Pagacris, is that short, sharp, as we know. It's when something happens quickly, like that. It's not it's not something we see coming. It's that out of the blue, lightning strikes, something actually just happens. But we know it's temporary, and we're going to rebuild from it. So these actually 3 cards are very much related and linked by saying you have an abundance of resources you want to do something with, you're helping out others. You have a calling and feel that there is a judgment you have to make about what you want to do. There's things you want to leave behind and put down that are no longer serving you. And the Tower card saying that there is something that's going to happen that's going to make you realize very much that you are able to rebuild. So from what you lay down here, and that Tower moment is going to help you realize that the crumbling, the stuff you no longer need, all that debris, is actually worth getting rid of, because that's going to help you build that calling and that judgment. So we have this card here that wanted to give you a very special message. It's actually the Queen of Cups, and you know the Queen of Cups is, the Cups suit is a water suit, it's a water element, it's emotions, it's feelings. The Queen is someone who's very, very much able to be mastery of her emotions. She knows how to control them. She knows how to work the emotions, what they're like. When she's upside down, it's someone that's saying you don't quite have mastery over them like the Queen does. You have emotions, but they're not actually fully under control. And that's something you may have to work on to be able to go through all these major changes that the major arcana, like you being the card closer. It is, you want it closer? Can you see that? I'm actually the Queen of Swords. The reason I'm the Queen of Swords is I'm a Libra. I'm mature, widowed woman, and therefore the Queen of Swords is more my significator. That's the stage where you are. I'm very pleased that that makes sense to you, that the emotions are there, they're not quite under control. But how you can control them, and you have another major card. Now, this again, the Justice, is you have 4 major court cards in this reading. That's huge, out of 6 cards. You have this one here that says you have abundance, and this one that's telling you that your emotions aren't quite in check. But straight after the Queen of Cups, we actually have Justice. This card here, the Justice card, it is an amazing card. I love this card. Justice is blind, but she has passion. It's been a while since I've had so many Major Arcana. These have been shuffled so well. I've been shuffling these all the time. So this is telling you that these messages are here to let you know that you can balance, and again, the scales here mirror the scales here. Very much so. So there is a lot of resources that you can balance all of these major things coming into your life. The passion is there, but also she has the sword. She has the truth. The feather is the feather of Mut in the Egyptian mythology from the Book of the Dead. It's where they weighed the heart against a feather to see if the soul had been truthful in its entire life. If it was, they were able to go through to the underworld and live and reincarnate. The sword here is truth and justice. And the Justice card often talks about a decision, a court case, or a ruling in your favour. But often when there's so many other major cards, it's letting you know that you need the clarity and thought of mind, the logic, the focus, the analytical skills that the Queen of Swords has, which is the counterpart to Justice. Justice, although it's blind, means it's not actually affected by emotions. It actually weighs, like in the feather to the sword, it weighs the consequences, the pros and cons. It uses its logic, uses all of those faculties to make sure that justice is served correctly. So if there is something in the offing that is legally based, or a decision, or a contract or something, look carefully to make sure that everything is balanced and in your favour, but not in your favour in a way that you're taking away from somebody else. There must be the balance. So there is a lot going on. You have Justice coming up there to make sure that the emotions, although they're in reverse, that you know where you are, that you can actually create balance in your life. There is balance in your life already. You just have an awful lot of major arcana here to tell you there's lots of big themes going on in your life. There will be some disruptions. There will be some things to let go of. And when you've let go of them, you may find the emotions turn around. And there is a lot of calling to judgment here to make sure that where you're going, with the abundance you have in your life at the moment, is actually where you're going to take things. Does that make sense to you, and has that helped? And I've drawn the Lenormand of the polar bear. The polar bear is power, strength. Polar bear is the biggest mammal on Earth, and it is powerful, it is strong. It's able to stand on its own. It doesn't travel in packs, it relies on its own gifts, its own talents, its own power, its own strength. It knows exactly what it can do. This is telling you, you have everything within you to deal with all of these situations. You have to step into your own power. Understand and believe that you have the skills, the talents, and the ability to withstand anything that may be coming up in the near future, and allowing you to deal with it in the correct and just way. we always finish with a universe card because we love them. What you give will come back. So when you think you're letting things go, what you're doing is you're opening the door to allow something better to come back and come in. When we make space for something, that is when we find something bigger and better and more beautiful is coming through to us, something that will serve us better. So that devil of when you start letting things go, that's allowing you to actually find and give room to something so much better. And with all those major cards, let go of really what doesn't serve you. Make sure you start the new year with a clean slate and give the new year and the universe a chance and the higher powers to allow you to have the abundance and the life you deserve to have in 2020. The messages come from the card pack, Chris. You know, I just read the cards. I read the cards. And that's what the cards have to say to you. There is a lot going on for you, but there are changes you need to make to have a bigger, brighter, better 2020. Okay? I'm glad you liked it. I really am. It felt good to do another reading. It's been such a long time, a whole month. Goodness me. Lothra, you are up next. You're very welcome for the reading, Pegacrease. Absolutely love reading for you. Absolutely love it. Yay, Lothra, it's your turn. Do you want a general or a specific reading? You are next, I think. It's you next, Zane, then Liliana, then Rouge Hot Pocket, then Love Lun Lun, and then Tayella. General reading, which deck would you like? Tarot Grand Lux, Tarot of Dreams, the Marchetti Tarot, the Love, the Gilded, the Legacy of the Divine for Courage, the Gilded for Hope, or the Oracle for Serenity. Any will do. Two, Tarot of Dreams. I don't decide, I let the magic dice decide. And I have white cat fur on my reading hole, thanks to our lovely Roxy. So a general reading with the Tarot of Dreams. So a general reading for Lothra, with our beautiful Tarot of Dreams from Sarah Marchetti. Central card is the Seven of Wands. That's saying that you might be having some little tussles or battles or disagreements that might overflow into the 4 areas of your life that I'm going to read. So just be aware if someone is a little bit antsy and is not in a great mood, they might be spoiling for a fight or a disagreement, or say something wrong, or they might misunderstand something you say. There might be a miscommunication. That's you. Okay. Well, there you go. Let's see what the cards say. But that's the central theme that may come out here. So we have the Eight of Coins, which is mastery of a skill. So that's being able to do something over and over and over again and get the same thing going on. It used to be that it was a card that would talk about someone who is in a production line in a factory because they were putting out the same thing over and over again. We now know it's more related to the skills and talents we have that we might be able to do and repeat over and over again. That brings us resources, money, and everything else. You have the Death card. That's saying, although you have all the skills here to do that, there is something that is transformative about to go on. Again, dropping something that isn't serving you, so maybe you can do this, but you're not doing it in a way that you probably could do even better because you're having something in the way. Now it might be that you're having arguments with people or people are arguing with you and it's taking you off your game. True, but there's something going on that you need to fix, need to drop, or you're in a fight with yourself. So you've got to do a little bit of work on you because there's a lot here that is positive, but if you're doing that with yourself, then you've kind of got to get things together, man. Okay? You've lost confidence in yourself. Well, let's see what the cards say. If you've lost confidence in yourself, that's fighting up and beating yourself up about it isn't the best way to go. It's actually realizing why you've lost confidence and what you can do to bring it back by being a little bit more positive in certain things. Baby steps. Okay. The wands are very much the suit of passion, of activity, drive, ambition, and can often do with work. We have here the Nine of Wands. Again, it's someone sitting there saying, I've done so much. This is you sitting on the step going, but I've come back down to the bottom. This is you showing you physically having lost the confidence in yourself. But it's also telling me, can you see how the negative that's coming through is with a positive card? That actually that negativity coming from this, that's taking it a step further, is actually saying you have all the skills, you have the magician, you have all the skills at your fingertips and within you to create all these wonderful things. So this is showing your positive and your negative side in both cards. You have a lot you can do and a lot of skills that you can actually put to good use. You know you have a lot going for you. We have the Devil. We've had Death and we've had the Devil. Again, two very major cards. The Devil, again, putting something down. The Death card is very much a transformation. Like we had before, different decks, two cards. The Devil feeling caught, feeling trapped in that gilded cage, not being able to get out, not being able to find yourself and come out about, feeling that you're something else or someone else has trapped you inside. But actually the cage door is open. You can walk away and come out of that feeling of I'm not good enough, I'm not doing the right things, it's not going my way. But actually you can. You can really make the difference yourself. You had the Magician that gave you all the internal and saying you've got all those skills within you. The Hermit, another major arcana. And you see how you're having major arcana coming through with these. It's saying this one is look inside. The reason you've lost confidence with yourself, you know the answer to it. You know the reason why. Excuse me, I just need a drink. I'm really sorry, I keep having to take drinks. This last month I've only just been getting back into talking again because I wasn't able to do very well and actually talking for a while. So we weren't sure how long my voice would last because I haven't done a lot of talking the last month. So that's why I'm taking drinks. So the Hermit is saying, Lothra, the Magician knows you have all the tools. The Hermit's saying, look inside, shine the light on that dark place that's helping you creating the fight within yourself and losing your self-confidence, because you actually know how to put it together. You know how to bring yourself back out into the light and how to have that confidence and start using your skills again. And if I said deep down, do you really, really know the reason why you lost confidence in yourself? Pretty much sure. If you look deep inside, you go, yeah, I do. I know pretty much the event, the reason, the cause, why I lost confidence with myself. You've only just started using your skills again. Good. Because these cards are telling me you have an awful lot going for you. Now this one doesn't have the Major Arcana, but it has the Suit of Cups. We have the Four of Cups here. All these things here are the skills you've had that you've only just started using. But you're looking for something up here, almost like just someone give me the pill, the elixir, the cup of something. Give me that kickstart, that boost. And you're looking to the stars and you're looking to the clouds and going, I just want someone to give me the magic silver bullet to make it actually all go away and make it go back the way it was. Well, do you know what? Life ain't like that. My internet lagged, hope I haven't lost my place. Absolutely not, Taylor. No, you haven't lost your place. Because you have the Nine of Cups. And this normally is someone sitting in a very social setting with all the lovely wine and the beer and all of those things that we love, all the social life, talking to people, being with people, doing all those wonderful things. You can do that, but actually you've got to start focusing on the real things, not on the, oh, what if? We're saying you can't have that, but when we have a dream, it stays a dream until we start actually taking the first step of action. Nothing happens if you don't do action. So, an action created the reason that you lost your self-confidence. Whether it was an action by you or somebody else, an action done to you by you in a group, whatever it was, that action created you to lose your self-confidence. The only way to get it back is to actually have an equal and opposite reaction. You have to have another action to start you feeling you are gaining your confidence. Learning to use your skills again is one of them. You don't lose your skills, they get rusty. You might need to practice a little bit more, do the work a little bit more, and hone them again, and then kick them up a notch to get to here, to go from there to get to there. But all of that will take you to going back to being a productive person again and being able to do the things you know that you can do. Does all that make sense? It did. Good. Going to bring you a clarifier. That one wanted to come out. Number 7 is a letter, a message, contract. So it's paperwork. So it's saying, look over paperwork. A letter again. Yeah. A letter is a way of telling us that sometimes we have to write a letter, sometimes we have to look at emails, sometimes we have to look at contracts. Sometimes that letter can be the start of a chain reaction, good or bad. But sometimes we need to go back. If there has been a letter or a contract or something that created it, you've got to go back and start thinking how you can look at that situation with a different viewpoint of love, and realizing that sometimes when things happen and we think they're the worst things in our life, when we go back and look at them again, we realize we needed to kind of go back that 2 or 3 steps, reevaluate to go forward. Every time we have something more negative happen, we can turn it around by taking small positive steps. But you need to realize that it takes work. Nothing gets handed to us on a silver platter. It's not only about being right. So that's telling you that when 2 viewpoints are pitted against each other, in the final analysis, the thing that will strike you most is not who was right or wrong, strong or weak, wise or foolish, but who went to the greater length in considering the other person's perspective. Sometimes we believe we're always in the right, even with ourselves. Sometimes we say we pick fights with ourselves. But actually, we have to look at things from a different perspective, a different perception. And that's when we see things starting to change. Does that help? I'm sorry about the letter, but the letter obviously is important. And because you made that emoji face, hello One Life Zero, hello Lee, thank you for the subscription, thank you for coming to join us. Lovely to see you in the channel. Does the letter make sense? Do you know what you have to do with the letter, Lothra? Or the paperwork or the email or a contract? Do you know exactly what that's talking about? Not really. Then try Thank you, Anna. I was going to say something later. It doesn't have to be for your work. The letter that doesn't have to be for your work. It can be something else that's creating something underneath that needs to be seen to. It might be a social thing. It might be something totally different. But look out for letters and emails or contracts coming through in the next month. Analog has just put something down there, how awesome everybody is for keeping up their subs, even knowing when I'd be able to stream again. You are very kind, and I was going to make a special mention at the end, but thank you, Anna, for saying this. You have no idea how incredible it's been for me this last month. It may be news that you're looking for, Lothra. It may very well be. How amazing. I've had so many messages of support and care and love and support from all of you. And I wanted to get back sooner, but I just knew I wasn't able to because I couldn't move my mouth and my jaw. I was going, oh, I can't do anything. So I honestly was not able to actually come back earlier. And I'm glad I waited because I can now speak properly. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. From having only been streaming a month, to have to take a month off was not the ideal. Not exactly what I wanted, and I was gutted. Absolutely gutted I couldn't do Halloween. I had so much planned. Next year's going to be awesome. But I was just like, oh, I have to pull it all down. I was almost in tears. I was really almost in tears going, I can't do Halloween. But there you go. So thank you very much again. Really appreciate it. Lee, thank you very much for the subscription. I can't tell you how much that means to me. I really, really does. And thank you everybody for coming back in tonight. I said to Anna, I might not have anybody turn up. So thank you so much. It's it really has made a huge difference to me. Got to get this founder badge. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Let me see. HT, oh my god, oh, I'm so glad you're here. I know, I'm back. I am so excited to be back. I can't tell you how excited I am. I've been getting ready for this all day, setting up, I've got to do this, and wait, okay, I've got to do this. I've just been like a kid on Christmas morning going, oh, I get to stream again. Let's see who's next in the queue. Heather, yeah. Zane, you are up next. It's Heather, like the beautiful Scottish Heather. So Zane, it is your turn now for your reading. Do you want a general reading or a specific question? Question. If you can type your question in for me, and then you can pick the deck you want. I'll just wait for Zane to type his question. So if you actually type the question that you want, what the question is that you want to ask, so I can read it on screen, then I'll know what question I'm reading for, please. You want deck number 6? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're wanting this one? This one here? What do I need to know now? Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want the hope one? Is that correct? Yeah, okay, so this hope one. And what is your question, please? As Lana was saying, she was giving you an example of a question, not that question. So, Zane, can you please type in your question for me, please? Can't answer that one, sorry. Because I don't read third-party readings, I don't know her feelings, and I can't do something that personal. So, you can ask about your relationship, but I can't do anything about your sexual relationship. Sorry, that's kind of out of my purview. So if you want a reading, you want a question, give me a real question, Zane. Or else I'll think you're taking the mick. Lordy Lord, absolutely, dear Lord. So, have you got a real question? What would he feel when, no. Remember what I said, Zane, I can't actually do something else. I can't read for someone else. What he feels, I have no idea because I'm not reading for him. I can only read for you. So, you'll know how you're going to feel when he sees you. If you want to know the state of your relationship, if it's a long distance relationship, yeah, just ask him. But you know, I can answer some questions, but your love life, you talk to him about. I'm sure, as Taylor said, if you ask him what he feels when he sees me, you'll know. But do you have a question I can actually read for? It's your first date. You're a little nervous. So I can ask the cards on how you can better prepare for your first date. Okay? Because if you haven't had a first date yet, you don't even know if you have a relationship. So how about we ask how you can prepare for your first date? Let's take it one step at a time, shall we? It's called baby steps. How long have you known him before you're going on your first date? Okay? Let's try to, make this a question that actually will give you some guidance. Okay? You graduated and passed your state board test. Oh, I realise it's cosmetologist. That is brilliant. Oh, Heather, I am so proud. That is wonderful news. We said you were going to do well. That's great. Really, really great. So happy. So Zane, you've known him for 2 years. So you're obviously good friends. You know each other quite well if you've known each other for 2 years. But you're now going from friend zone to dating. Is that correct? Oh, that is the biggest of congratulations. That is just wonderful. Can we put a round of applause in the chat for her? Lots of love. Oh my God, Heather, that's the greatest news I could come back to. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Standing ovation, absolutely. You're in a long distance relationship, that's fine. So you're going to meet and this is going to be, thank you for all the hype, Anna. This is going to be your first date. Okay. But you've known each other for 2 years, long distance. Okay. Oh, that's great news. Absolutely great news, Heather. Brilliant. So glad you told us. Sorry it took so long for you to have to tell us. Okay, Zane. This first card is the Page of Pentacles. A page is normally someone who is younger, a younger adult. So I don't know the ages you are, but a younger adult. And it's normally someone to bring a message. So pages often bring messages to you, and it's also about resources. So it's very much the everyday things. So this could be him actually sending you emails, talking to you on a very, very day-to-day basis. You're 19. So this is very much the age group that would be for the page. This could be you, it could be your partner. And it could very much be that this is you, the very material things in life where you're talking about things, you're going on a date, which is a very material meeting, messaging each other about making everything about the date, what's going to happen on it, where you're going to meet, where you're going to see each other. All those types of everyday things that you have to set up when it's long distance to meet up somebody to go on a first date. We're the same age. So absolutely, this definitely could pass to either one of you or the two of you, where it's very much that you are learning about each other, but you're still communicating on the everyday things. So when you're keeping in touch, talking about everyday things that's going on. We have another resources one. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is again is having an abundance of resources. So this is saying that together the two of you, and you especially, have lots of things going on in your life that are really, really good. The everyday material things, your resources, your time, your money, whether it's school or work or the hobbies you're doing, things around you, in your home life, in your day-to-day life, are really good. They're really wonderful. They're happy. And the two of you together, there's a chance you're really going to be quite happy together. If you've been friends for 2 years, you're feeling quite solid. You know each other's sort of likes and dislikes. So there's a real feeling of real happiness and just feeling content already to be together. So that should make you feel not nervous about the first date, but actually we know things we each other like, so we can chat about those things. You've obviously kept in contact for the 2 years to have a long distance relationship for 2 years, and you're getting to see each other. So although there's a bit of nerves there, there's actually, you have a lot that you can talk about, real life things that just, for the small talk before you start getting into everything else to talk about. Then we have the Ace of Cups. Now this is a beautiful card. This is like the Holy Grail card, and it's the start of a new relationship. So the fact that you've been in a long distance relationship, it's very much that your first date, meeting each other, trying to bring the relationship to the next level where you're actually physically meeting, is a really nice thing with all the phases of the moon here saying you've had a lot of time to get to know each other. Now you're taking it up to the next level. So this is a lovely card to say it looks like it's going to be absolutely beautiful and really positive to go to that next level for you. So don't fear your first date. Look forward to it. Really enjoy it for everything it's going to be. We have the Star card, and there's so much going on. It's a really beautiful card. It's a real lovely light shining down on the two of you for your lovely first date and for the start of the next. It's beautifully illustrated with the phases of the moon. It is really, really great. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's the one with the moon, with all the phases of the moon. When you have this one with the moon as well and the stars in, I think they complement each other so beautifully. They really do. So the new relationship with a beautiful guiding light of star. Lots of blessings, absolutely. The two of you together. The balance here with the clockwork, that holding up the star. Absolutely gorgeous. We have the Hanged Man as the bottom one, and that's saying that there still might be a little bit of, because you are actually in a long distance relationship, there might be some waiting around and feeling like a little bit in limbo and almost like, oh, don't get to see him enough. I feel a little bit trapped that he's over there and I'm over here. So you know that it might take a little bit of time and a little bit of working out because you're in a long distance relationship. Don't let that spoil it. Just remember that you have the beautiful Holy Grail, the beautiful Ace of Cups. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's almost like coming out, and the beautiful star giving you lots and lots of light and lots of blessings. But just remember, when you're dealing with a long distance relationship, there is waiting around. And sometimes it does feel like you're a little bit in limbo. But that's just allowing you to have that time to reflect and enjoy. And just realize you have all the time in the world. You're a shy person, that's fine. There's a lot of us here that are shy. But when you find the right person and you're able, and because you've been able to talk, it's very hard meeting someone physically for the first time. And that's understandable to be a little bit nervous, but excited at the same time. but there's lots of beautiful things for you to talk about. That's a beautiful card with lots and lots of blessings and light. And that's definitely saying that there's a wonderful guiding light shining down on you both. So I can see that this is going to be a really, really lovely date. Flashbacks to the question that Zane asked earlier, absolutely. And it's just, sometimes themes come through the evening, through the readings, okay? So enjoy your date, enjoy the planning, that's half the fun. Enjoy picking out the outfit and where you're going to go and what you're going to do. But just know it's going to come through lovely. And we'll choose a universe card for you as well. And there's lots of hope, an awful lot of hope coming your way. Ah. Yes, please.
You're just enjoying seeing me crawl along the floor.
No, I think when little Missy was up here, she sort of moved a few things and just got them out of alignment from where I had them.
I think everyone's actually seen it as well, didn't I?
So, Zane, the universe card. Sometimes the good is hidden. In other words, just remember, even when you think things aren't as great as they should be and you're a little bit nervous and excited, the good is still there, sweetheart. There's lots of it still there. Find the good in what they said or asked. It's always there. Even if they don't mean it to be there sometimes, the clues for what you want are hidden all around you. Thank you, Anna. Was there a courage little stone down there? Okay.
Did I saw her? I thought you still had.
No, there should be a courage one down there. No, see, look, she doesn't want to be on camera.
Just there's the cord along here as well, so it's easier for me to go under it.
Okay.
Yeah, especially because I can't see where things are.
If it's not there, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Hang on, no, they're around the cards there. Let me just. Thank God for tile floors. At least I can slide easier.
You're very welcome, Zane. I won't tell you that Anna's actually sliding along my tile floor at the moment underneath the table, trying to pick up another card that's down there. Don't you just love?
So sorry, but
Don't you just love the live
Stone,
stream?
though.
Don't worry about it. Not quite sure where it went.
I thought you had it in your hand.
No, I had another one in there.
I think she's trolling me, guys. Oh no, there it is, and more cards. There's a rock. Oh,
Thank you.
it's actually nobody said that they saw it on the table.
Ah,
Okay.
they might not have been able to see it on the table. There you go. Thank you.
Being stared at a cat. Going, what is she doing? The floor's out her name.
I know. Really sorry I had my back to you. She's a hero. Did you just know that you just had to come back tonight to see decks going everywhere, cats flying everywhere, and Anna just picking up stuff left, right, and centre?
I tell you what, my camera debut was supposed to be on my birthday. All over your stream today.
So, if anyone says, did you see Anna on stream tonight? Go, no. Because Anna's actually going live on camera for her birthday later this month. So, nobody saw Anna tonight. She was a figment of your imagination. There was just, ether, lots of things going on, but no Anna, okay? Nobody saw Anna tonight. It was her doppelganger. See who? Exactly. No, didn't see a thing. Anna? Who's that? No, never heard her. Never seen her.
Oh, I love tonight. You know, sometimes her twin sister Susanna. Absolutely. Liliana, oh, hang on. Liliana, I'm buzzing. That might have been the music. Am I still buzzing? That might have been something on the music. Not sure. Yeah. Liliana, you are up next for a reading. Do you want a question or a general reading? And which deck would you like? Don't hear? Okay. Oh, I'm buzzing. Oh, sorry. I had so many issues with, I am buzzing. I am so hyped. I am so full of energy. I am literally buzzing. I feel great. I can't tell you how good I feel. I have best blooper stream ever. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure there's going to be lots of cuts of things, of different things. I've got to go around and do that. But I actually have no pain at all. I feel great. Yeah, I'm just, you know, when you've had pain for a long time and then you don't have any, and then you go, oh, yes. Person who is next is Liliana. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. You have to be in the channel for a few minutes, JT, and or General and Tarot Grand Deluxe. Right. And or do a follow to get enough in-channel currency. It's just a little bit, but if you wait a few minutes, you'll have enough to be able to go onto the queue. Thank you for the follow. That will give you enough in-channel currency, I think, to be able to join the queue, which is exclamation join. Okay, so a general Liliana with our beautiful Tarot Grand Lux. Ooh. Wizard. I don't know if anybody in chat is one of those people that can see auras, but if you can, I'd love to know what colour my aura is doing at the moment, because I bet it's just like popping all over the place. I feel like it's probably like a psychedelic rainbow at the moment. I am just feeling any better. I'd be dangerous. Whoa. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. What colour is over caffeinated? I don't know. I have very, very dark sludgy brown, probably. Or electric white going boom, 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 boom. Liliana, you have some beautiful cards. All the colours. You can do that. Yeah, when she meets people, you see the auras and personalities. I had somebody when I was doing Reiki on a tour bus for karate, and I was giving somebody some Reiki, and someone on there said, I've actually seen your aura change over the entire trip from all the energy you're doing. And I went, oh, really? And I had no idea that they'd been watching me. Great. So, yeah, it was quite amazing. As we're going along, if you have a listen, you'll find out a bit more about it in the tarot cards. And that's absolutely fine, because not everybody's there, but you certainly can. Liliana, your very first card, I'm putting those to there because they jumped out, so they've got special messages that we'll read at the end. You have the Strength card. And we know this card is about inner strength, and every person has to dig deep to use their own inner strength to overcome difficulties, situations, and what's gone on around them. Sometimes it's not of their making, sometimes it's someone else's making, but there is that inner strength, that knowing that it's not physical power, it's internal. It's that true grit there where you dig deep as you can to bring up everything you need to get through the situation. Sometimes that inner strength is a very quiet little inner strength that we go, I've got this. We don't have to dig deep because we've worked so hard on ourselves that actually something comes up and we go, I've got this. I know I've got this. I know I've got everything I need inside me. I've got this. I just need that little drink. Please excuse me for a little bit of cough from the drinking. I haven't talked a lot for the last month, so just need to do a little bit more. Every day is a new day to learn. It's okay. I've been trying to every day. I've been on my own, trying to make my own decisions and realizations of this world. No judgment here. Ask all the questions. Absolutely, Heather. That's exactly what this channel's about. So definitely this is a place for everyone to feel they can be open and no judgments, and very much here that Anne is right. I read the cards. I am not psychic. I don't have that within me. That's not my gift. My gift is I've worked hard for 45 years to read the cards, and I've put in thousands and thousands of hours of practice and readings to do what I do. So there are no silly questions when seeking knowledge. Absolutely, absolutely not. Ileana, you have the High Priestess. These two cards are a beautiful combination. We have the inner strength of knowing that we are able to deal with any situation. We have that within us. We have the High Priestess, which, as we know, is that inner knowing. It's that understanding of being able to see through the other side, the veil, to know that our intuition, our guides, our angels, the universe, whichever higher power and belief that you believe in is there to help. But the High Priestess were the goddesses that were the oracles. They gave the information, they gave the knowledge. They could answer those questions that others could not. They were able to lift that veil and say, this is the true happening, this is what's going on. When you have inner strength and inner knowing, there is no question, no situation, nothing that you aren't able to handle and handle well. Because everything you would ever need in this life to deal with whatever life throws at you and people throw at you, or in trying to improve yourself, to give yourself a greater level of knowledge and understanding and being who you are and transforming into the being that has inner strength and inner knowing, the cards are saying you have it all. I know personally from talking to you and getting to know you, you have extraordinary gifts that are beyond. You're so exhausted. You have been doing a lot and working on your inner strength and your inner being and your inner self. That the cards tell you, but you know that sometimes you have to pull back and you have to be able to give yourself, hello here to help, the chance to actually step back and say, I have to look after my own inner strength. I have to keep some of my inner strength for myself and my inner knowing for myself. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you back. We're doing some more tarot readings here to help. I'm reading for Liliana at the moment. We then have the Six of Wands. It is a victory. We know that it is the victory, the laurel leaves, holding up that, but at what cost? The victory. So of course we remember you. We never forget. It's just our first stream back. We never forget the cost of the victory. You're so exhausted because the cost using these two has come high for you. You have been doing such a lot, not only for me but for other people. It may be that you need to take a break, a spiritual break where we go, I just need to go, my inner strength, my inner being, I actually need to allow it to recharge. We cannot give and give without refilling the well. And you have to fill the well first for yourself before you can give to others. For those that do Reiki, you understand the story of Yusui when he came down the mountain and he stubbed his toe. He had to eat for himself before he could heal and help anybody else. Because you have to give yourself sustenance and space and love and healing first before you can actually give to others. And when you've been giving to others a great deal, as I know you have, Eliana, sometimes you have to say, I'm not stopping, I'm stepping back because I need to take care of myself. Absolutely, Gamer. That's a really lovely sentiment. There's got to be more to life, and you want to spread love and positivity to all that is. That's what we do here. It's been an exhausting journey for myself to give into breaking those circles. It is very, very hard, Liliana, when you're a healer. I know when I myself was a healer and I was not only doing Reiki, but massages and running a business where I would do probably 5 times more than any other therapist in the area. And you have to learn to step back. You have to break those circles of, I will just give a bit more and give a bit more. The Eight of Swords, you're feeling trapped in your head because the thoughts and everything going around going, I can't not do this and I can't not do that. I have to help them and I have to help them. Every single one of those swords is a person you're trying to help. JT, this channel, we are about understanding, positivity, non-judgment, and everybody being open and being able to say what they feel. Because this is who we are. Everybody in this channel is like that, and you are more than welcome. And you're exactly the type of person that gets drawn to this channel, someone who wants to be open and loving and kind and encouraging and sharing. So, MC, how are you? Lovely to see you here. You wouldn't imagine your car running without fuel. A human, and especially a healer, is the same. You can't give your energy, expect to do it when you're running on empty. Anna, true words have never been spoken. Healers have to take care of themselves first when you're giving so much. And Liliana is a lady who I know from personal experience for her helping me as a healer. She gives so much to so many people. You are feeling trapped and exhausted because you have given everything to everybody for so long. You need a timeout. You need a spiritual break for a timeout healing to give yourself love and to realize you need some help. And these were the ones that came out that giving you a special question, a special message. Think of yourself as a cup, and if you keep giving out of that cup without filling, it will be empty. So fill yourself with all the things you enjoy and bring you happiness until your cup is overflowing. Then you can give to others. Absolutely. Oh, look. Liliana, the Seven of Cups. All those things you could wish for, all those things you could desire are there for you. The illusion is we can't have them all at once. And the same goes, we can't heal the world all at once. We have to choose one. And right now, the one you have to choose is you. Because those cups are running over with all the love and healing and blessings you're giving, but you're emptying them for yourself. So right now, all of the wonderful things, as HT said, is all the things that you give you happiness. Choose what gives you happiness right now, that isn't giving to others, that is giving to you, not to others. You have to choose. That castle in the sky isn't pie in the sky. That castle is saying everything you do on the other planes, you have to bring back down to life. You have to bring back down to earth, not the illusion, not the desire, but practically choose one thing that you love that brings you joy and happiness just for you, and take care of that to break you out of that feeling of being trapped in the circles of just giving and giving and giving. And I know you've just gone and taken a massive leap and been doing it almost full time again. You need to take a break. You need to take a break. Because the card of concern. Because even from the messages in chat, we're all concerned about how much you're giving out, that you cry from exhaustion. That is knowing that your body is at breaking point and you will become ill. And a healer can't help anybody if they're ill. And what you need to do is heal yourself first. Be your own patient. Look after yourself first. Because the concern is you will just do so much, you will end up a broken heap going, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it for myself even, let alone anybody else. And you're too extraordinary a person to have that happen. And when you're extraordinary and gifted as you are, there is only one way to be. Sometimes you have to take that sabbatical of going, I'm taking a step back. It is okay to make yourself the number one priority. Absolutely, Heather. It is mandatory. Self-love, self-care, going, I'm worthy of being loved and looked after, is important. It is a priority. It isn't a wish list. It is an absolute need. It's not even a want. It's an absolute necessity. The concern is there for you because we care for you. And I personally have so much to thank you for. You have given me extraordinary healing this last month. Exactly. You have to take care of yourself first before helping others. And you have helped me in ways no one else has ever been able to. And you know that. We've talked extensively of how incredible you have helped me on my journey to recovery. So please, for your sake, let alone everybody else's, but for your sake, step back, pull down the shutter and say, having Lily time. Liliana 1, put yourself first. And the Queen of Swords has spoken. Okay? Really, really need to do that. I'm going to pull you a universe card. Because I love you dearly, my dear friend. And someone as special as you, whose gifts are as extraordinary as yours are, you need to take care. We have earth angels that walk this earth. You are one of them. But even earth angels have to know when to pull back their wings, sit inside, and take a time out. The hardest decisions are always the best. If someone can't understand that you need a break, that's their problem, not yours. A true friend or a good person will understand you need the break and time for yourself. The toxic one will just be offended and think of themselves, and they're the ones who let go. Absolutely, London. Absolutely. Millions of cards want to come out to give you messages because they're all saying the same thing. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't care about your approval. And although we want your approval and everything else, you start your own Instagram. Well, Tara, Maud, Anna, I don't know how we let people put links in, but can we let Heather put her link in for her Instagram for her tarot, please? Because I want to go and be able to follow her and see what she's doing. That's brilliant, Heather. Okay. There's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. Post it and see if it's allowed. And then she'll see if there's a way she has to do things. Because we haven't had anybody do links. You're very welcome, Liliana. You're very welcome. To be honest, I just want to collect my harvest to move forward. I understand. And you know what? Remember when you look at the Seven of Pentacles and the harvest is coming and it's wait? And sometimes it's just that repose of taking a step back and leaning on the shovel and going, I just need to wait. Because I've done all the hard work and I just need now to wait and let it come to me. And sometimes we're so busy doing other things, we're not allowing that to come in. And maybe that's what's happening, is you are now working yourself to such a state of exhaustion that nothing can come in because you're not resting. Jupiter Moon 719, you need to be on my computer to get the link. That's okay. I think if we put that in, then we can find that out. Actually, if you can, Heather, if you can actually put that in a whisper to me and make sure I've got that. then I won't have to keep looking through chat because I won't remember it by the end of the night. Because I'm rubbish. Like that. Makes sense. Head shivers on this. Yeah. It's, you just need to, pull back and you need to take some deep breaths and go, I know I'm waiting for things to come in, but actually I have to give them time and space and energy to come into me. When I'm doing so much, I'm building up all this other energy in front of me, and nothing can come through that. I'm actually putting up a physical energy barrier of all the other stuff I'm doing. I've taken some days off and used that time for yourself to recover and heal from everything that's going on. Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Thank you. You send it to Anna. Paga Chris, that's absolutely right. Is that your old deck? Oh, I can't see that, so I can't see the picture of it coming up. My first deck is that, the Angel Tarot. Click the link. Sorry, you saw a white light, then you know exactly that's the right thing to do. You know it is. And it's talking about the very first deck I was gifted when I was 15, which started with tarot. I think some of you, it's called the Angel Tarot, and it's in a yellow box and has the pentacle, 2 of pentacles on the front, and it's on my website. It's the very first tarot deck I was gifted by a lady, a nurse called April Price, when I was in hospital. Oh, the original tarot. It looks so much like it. Okay. And I want to get another copy of it. I gifted it to a friend who needed it, and I thought at the time much more than I did. So I gifted her my Angel Tarot deck, and thinking, that's all right, I'll be able to replace it. What I hadn't realised that that's all right, JT, you're fine. That the cost of it has gone up exponentially, incredibly so, and it's not an easy deck to get hold of. So it's one that in the new year I may be putting up a little bar at the bottom to say donations to help me try and find this very first deck. It's the one I learnt on, it's the one that actually got me back on my feet. It's the one I used to get the use of my right arm back with physiotherapy, holding the cards one at a time and learning to turn them. So it's a deck that has a great deal of significance.
Tell me that doesn't look very similar.
It does in outlook, but my one was actually a Marseille deck. That's the difference, yeah. So it's very similar to that, but the originals are slightly different, yeah. You got a crystal vision for your birthday? Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like their, not Le Monde, their standard tarot one, but...
Thanks guys, you didn't have to know me to put that and share. I started a page because you inspired me to follow. I'm so glad. And that's what we're all about. As someone said to me, oh, why do you let other tarot readers, you saw a white light around me? Oh, thank you, Liliana, thank you. I appreciate that, I really do. This channel isn't about me. This channel is about tarot and helping people come to love tarot the way I do, and oracle cards and Kipper and Lenormand and all the other divination systems, but to actually come together in a positive place. You didn't hijack the conversation at all, Anna, at all. Everybody here has the choice to say things. That's the point. Here we get to talk. We don't just read cards, we actually get to talk about things that interest us and important news like getting a new deck and passing exams and learning what it's like to live on your own like JT and what you're doing. This is what this channel is about. This is a community of like-minded souls, spirits, hearts, people, connections, where we are here to lift each other up, support each other, and grow together. I help people because I have had so many people help me through my life, do all the things I love to do and get to me where I am today. And every one of you is helping me on my journey. And it feels right. That's absolutely fine, Tayela. Absolutely fine. To help everybody else as well. So that's what this channel and this community is all about. And as soon as I get off, learn to get low of the past, she feels so stuck inside me. She suggested Reiki. What do you suggest? JT, I'm actually a Reiki master. I'm a triple Reiki master. So when I've finished, I will actually send you some Reiki to help you do that. Liliana won't, because Liliana's going to take a break. Aren't you, Liliana? Please type yes in chat. Yes, Vera. I'm not going to send anybody Reiki today. No, I'm not. But JT, I will send you Reiki because I am a Reiki master and I will do that. Okay? Yes, thank you, Lila. Love you, I really do. And I'm looking out for your welfare because I do care for you. Rouge Hot Pocket. If you are still in chat, please let us know because you're up next for your reading. And I'm sorry we've taken so long. Anna, what I'm going to do is try to find it. Close. I've closed the queue because I've got a couple of other readings left and it's kind of 8 o'clock, so I think that will probably take us to the end. So I think that would be more than enough readings for tonight for my voice. So if anybody else comes in, I'm not opening up the queue. They'll have to wait for another night. So it's no good giving the advice to Liliana and not taking it myself. I will have done enough readings for my first night back. And I am doing well talking. I'm going to take some more. From YouTube Music, yes. And Liliana, I will send you some Reiki as well. Do we have any other Reiki healers in the chat apart from Liliana? Does anybody else do Reiki in the chat? I can't wait to get these new decks. I found the 4 that I keep getting drawn to. Which ones are they, HT? If you're in Australia, have you heard of Tarotopia? I get a lot of my Australian decks from them for Happy Tarot. That's a nice one. And the new owner, Rebecca, and I've been... Housewives deck's a great one. Great one. And they do them, and it's Crystal Visions. That's the one you got for your birthday? From hubby, lovely hubby. And the Witch's Tarot, they're on my wish list too. And when we get around to doing it, you'll be getting for your birthday. That's really great. I splurged for Christmas and I've got 3 special editions coming from Ciro. So I will have all of his special editions that are actually available now. 2 have sold out. Yeah, there's just, you want the Love deck, the Ciro Marchetti deck. And just a general love reading, absolutely. And just in case I had a love reading tonight, can't wait to get a job on a credit card. Oh, all the decks that just me. The Witch's Tarot is actually one I'd love to get. What is the Wildwood Tarot? I want to get both of those. I absolutely love the artwork in those. And you'll be able to sub here. Oh, Lon, I just love having you here. I really do. And I appreciate when people are able to follow me on Twitter and retweet when I'm going live. Just to be able to share my posts, to be here in chat, to talk. You bring such a lot into chat as well. There are so many different ways that you guys support me, and actually just turning up here tonight, it's sheer joy for me. It really is. It's absolute sheer joy. So, because we're going to do a love reading, you have no idea how excited I was to see you back. Oh, I've missed it so much. I didn't think I would miss it as much as I have. And I absolutely have. This is the Marchetti Tarot. This is a special edition that I got from him, which has the beautiful hand-done silk satin lined bag for the cards, and has my Major Arcana deck because I'm the Queen of Swords and I'm a Libra, so it's Justice. And Ciro actually wrote Juvira of the Queen of Swords on this for me. And I have others coming, which I can't wait. So this is the special edition that he has. It is beautiful. I have his retrospective tarot, which is sold out. His can't remember the other one. This escapes me. His encore one is still for pre-order to be sent on the first week of December. The encore, that one I'm getting. There's another one. There's retrospective. There is another one as well. The encore. The Tarot Royale. That's the other one. Tarot Royale is sold out. Retrospective is sold out. He only has the Marchetti and the encore left. So the encore is the one I'll be actually unboxing those on stream, because the encore tarot has red edging, but the way it's done, when you first see it, it actually does like a prism, like a rainbow, but once you actually shuffle it, you lose it. Like a rainbow, it is there and then it's gone. So I'm actually going to do that. You're a Libra too? When's your birthday? So when it's gone, and I want to capture it on stream and show you all, because I think that will be amazing. So those ones, when I get them, I'm actually going to open that one on stream so everybody can see it. That's all right, Heather? We'll see you when you get back. Is that deck theme based on the carnival or circus? It resembles a carnival a lot. It's very much how he does his different ones. He likes the mask on it. September 30th, I'm the 25th. So it's more, he uses the mask, as you'll see with the artwork when I put it over, that he uses the Fool a lot. But this one he's actually used the mask because there's a difference of way of doing it. So yeah, okay, it's me. I've inverted them as I've actually done it, so they're all like that. That's fine. That was me as I was flipping them over. That's okay. Right. So what I've done is it's a love reading. I've done the two partners in the love reading. just to see how they go. The central card is the Two of Wands. In a love reading, this is the two people, one either side, making a portal. It's the 1111. It's a master number, the master number where we open up and greater things happen when we walk through the portal. It's also, Wands is a sort of fire, drive, ambition. It's also a very passionate card. So in respect to a love reading, there is passion, there is ambition, there is wanting to be together and working towards it, with the sun there giving that driving warmth and force to do that. The hand is going out saying, I'm on the other side. When you walk through together, the hand is there to bring you through, to say, there will be so much more. I need some food and got a phone interview. We'll write you on Facebook. Absolutely, sweetheart. You go. Thank you for coming up, and take care of yourself. All right? And you don't take on too much. Love you and take care. All right? So this is very much a great card, and rest up absolutely for a relationship reading. We have here Coins and Magician. So this is telling me that in the resources part of the relationship, that one partner may be more inclined to think about the practicalities. Coins are pentacles, it's the earth, it's all the physical day-to-day resources. So is there one partner who tends to be more taking care of the money side, the financial side, the one that's the responsible one that was making sure that there's money to pay bills, there's money in the savings account, there's always food in the cupboard, resources are all there, everything's taken care of on the day-to-day basis. And they do it well. Your partner would fit that bill, because the Magician has all the tools to do this. The Magician is the as above, so below. So it's someone who's very much, they have all, you know, when people say, oh, you've just got to juggle so many things at once, and I've got to take care of this, and take care of this, and take care of this, and take care of this. They are the Magician. They are the person that are able to go, that they can pull everything together, make it seem almost effortless, and carry on and not break a sweat. Love, 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 you take care, be right back. Not a problem. So if this is your partner, well, I'm a very lucky person, because this is someone who will always be there to look after you, have your back, and know very much they're not controlling. They have the ability to control situations and take care of things. There is a big difference. They have utilized all their skills, and they know how to use them in a very practical sense and make the most out of them. Doesn't surprise me these two have come up. The Two of Swords is decision making, and we have Justice. We have 3 octaves of cards. We have the Minor Arcana, the Two of Swords, which is decisions, clarity. It's the Libra card. Justice is the Libra card. It is making sure you balance the equation, everything. You take everything into account, all the pros and cons. You make sure that what is right and what is wrong is taken care of, and justice is served. The one that goes in the middle the 3 octaves, the Two of Swords, Libra. The Queen of Swords is the Court card, and that's the Major Arcana. So the Minor Arcana, the Court card, and the Major Arcana. They are the 3 octaves of exactly the same message. Making a decision, not without it being blind. The blindfold is there to say, I may not have all the information, so I won't make the decision until I have all the information. I've weighed everything backwards and forwards. That's the minor octave. The Queen of Swords would be the Court card of doing that. The Justice, the Major Arcana. Having these two together is saying they look at all the details, but they look at all the macro, so they look at the macro and the micro. Having the Magician and that person who takes care of that in the resources, they're also able to do it with the thought and the mind and the logic and the focus. And I bet that fits your partner too. To be able to actually look at something on the whole, get right to the heart of the point and go, that will work, that won't work, not making that decision yet, not buying that appliance, very much so, yeah? So these two here are very much your partner. This is someone who is always going to be able to not only take care of you in the physical realm, but make sure that logically they ensure everything is in the right place. They make sure the wills are in order, the contracts are in order, the paperwork is in order, the finances are in order, work situations, absolutely everything is in order, because this is what Libras do. They are nurturing and caring, but they also have the opposite side to the sword, where they keep everything in balance, but they also make sure that everything is done right. They can be brutal when they have to be. In the Two of Swords, people say, oh, they're wishy-washy, they don't make a decision. They won't make a decision unless they're absolutely ready to make a decision, and they're never ready to make a decision until they've weighed up all the consequences. Because our word is our bond. And when we make a decision, we stick by it. Unless information comes in and makes us change, and we're happy to change our mind, not that we're going to actually not stick to our decisions, but if something has to be reevaluated, then we will do so. But we will give no quarter to someone who tries to take advantage and is toxic, because we protect our own. That straight line and that hump in the middle is we get over difficulties very well, because we approach them in a very different manner. So your partner, glad you're back, your partner has all those qualities, and they are the qualities of a very strong, rounded person who will give you their all, and will do it with grace and love. And sometimes it will feel very much like, well, they're laying down the law a little bit. It's because they're passionate, and what they're trying to do is show you the logic of why. Not browbeating you, but the logic of why. We have here the Three of Cups. This is a social card. This is you. This is someone who likes to be with friends, be social, be interactive, joy, dance, love the music, love the arts, love being out and about, having lots of friends, being able to do all of that. We have the Four of Cups. Sometimes when we're not able to do that, we can feel a little bit down, and we kind of going, I love all this, but I might want a little bit more. And we look here for the glass over here. We've had this card before, and it's sometimes I forget what I have down here because I'm looking for something else. That dream, that wish, that desire of, I wish somebody would just come in and do this. Give me this. They're both water emotions. They're the water element of feelings, and feelings running deep. And sometimes still waters run quite deep, and they can be very deep underneath, but seem quite choppy on the top. And people might say, oh, your emotions are all over the place. They're not, because deep down you know exactly how you feel. But sometimes your emotions can run amok a little bit, because we love the friendships and the excitement and the meetings and new people and what we're doing, because that gives you joy. It's like, this is what life is about. It's not about this, it's about this. It's about meeting people, going out, doing things, making memories, feeling the feelings, all those wonderful, joyous things. And there are times when my feelings are a little bit down, and this is the next one from the 3 to the 4, and it's going, sometimes we're up and sometimes we're down, and that's normal, because we are human beings and our emotions are a big part of who we are. Some people are able to keep them under wraps. Some people are like chalk and cheese, and their emotions, they wear them on their sleeve. Sometimes it can be difficult when you're with someone who's quite cerebral and you're very much emotion, and that can cause a little bit of friction, because it's like, it's always your emotions, girl. Just, you know, it's just that way. That it's just something like, we want to be open with our emotions and just be out there with them. And not everybody can handle that all the time. But you have the most glorious of cards, and that tell me that regardless of any differences between mind and heart, the difference between you, one is very much in the mind and the stability, one is very much in the heart and the giving and loving and being the rock to the other one and showing them the love and care and devotion. You have strength, the inner strength of, it's not a physical strength, it's the inner strength of knowing that you have everything deep inside you to conquer anything that comes along. You have that ability of the line, the fierceness of looking after your loved ones. It's, I will fight anybody and anything that gets in the way of me looking after the ones I love. I will take on the world. But you have something better than the world. You actually have the sun. The world is considered the ultimate, but the sun card gives you joy, happiness, love, sunshine. It brings down a warmth and a beauty of love and caring that no money in the world can buy. You shine a light, not only internally from your inner strength and your inner being, but externally, that when people are around you, it's why they're drawn to you. You're the sun in the relationship. You are the heart and soul of it. You actually, even when there's times when you're down, it doesn't last for long, because you have people that will say, come on, let's go for a drink. Let's go out and have a party. Let's go for a walk in the sunshine. Let's go to the beach. All those beautiful things you love to do. You take pleasure and joy in doing that. But these two cards tell me you have a wonderful relationship, strong, loving, caring, and a bond that is absolutely amazing. And it is because of the people you are, but you are the sun, and that is something very special. Does that help? Does that kind of give you an idea of what you were hoping? It's probably more just me telling you what you already know, but the cards are telling you that all the things you know about your relationship are absolutely 100% totally true of who you are and how well you are together. It was reassuring. I'm glad, because they are beautiful cards. Your partner is incredibly strong in so many ways and is looking out for you in every way. Libras, when they love and they have these types of, and he may not be a Libra, but when these cards come out, that tells me it's someone who has a lot of love to give, and it's very deep and it's very true, and he loves with everything he is, and he is providing you with everything he knows you need. And if at times you need more emotion, let him know. He's open to being told. You are his son. You are exactly, he revolves around you. Totally. You are everything to that person. Absolutely everything. We have the mice. This is telling me that maybe you have some niggling little thoughts that things aren't as perfect as they could be. But actually they are. Those niggling little thoughts are this. Those little bits of doubt, it may be that there's something more. Everything is here. And if there's something you want, something you need, something you feel you're not getting, you only have to ask. The wisdom of the owl is saying, talk, speak from the heart, tell him exactly what it is you need and you want. He will give it to you on a golden platter. Absolutely. So if you have any niggling doubts, things aren't quite right, don't fester, don't harbour them. It's two owls here, one spreading their wings and saying, I need this to grow, and the other one here saying, I'm here to listen. I'm here to support you and help you. I just need to know how I can help you grow, how I can help you spread your wings, because that's all I want to do, is make you happy. Okay? And I'll draw you a universe card. They chose you. You might not readily believe this. Your partner is a unicorn. You are very lucky. It might even spook you a bit, but there are those who choose this very lifetime, in large part, knowing you'd be there. Now that's what we call a reputation. And is absolutely right, your partner is totally a unicorn, because to have a partner like that is a rarity beyond belief. You are very lucky. And if there is something you feel that you need, that your partner may not have realised or picked up on, because they're focusing on other things, trying in their own way, talk. Because this partner, it's how he sees you. You are his son. You are his absolute everything. Everything. And I just knew I'd need the hearts tonight. And I'm glad that reading was what you needed. Oh, Lala, thank you so much. Rouge Pocket, did you just gift a sub to Lon Lon? That was so beautiful. Thank you so much for doing that. That's really lovely of you. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you, JT. I love what I do. Spread the love. You absolutely did just spread the love. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are the very first person to do a gift sub. No, she didn't steal a credit card. Rouge Hot Pocket gifted her a sub. Thank you so much. That's just beautiful. And I'm so glad you've got my #1 spot of gift subs. We now have... did that just come through? Who was the next person? Oh yeah, Lun Lun is up next, yeah. Lun Lun, it's your lucky night. You just got a sub and you're just next up in the readings. So you can tell me which deck you'd like and whether you want a general reading. Yay! Thank you, JT. Taya, I think you're the next one after Lun Lun. Is your turn. And let's get the third deck. Do you want the Marchetti again? Or do you want a different deck? Do you want the Marchetti Tarot we've just had? This one? JT, you're more than welcome. I'm sorry we've gone a little bit overboard today. It's my first one back. So I'm being skeptical. When I've just used and taken out a few cards, I like giving the cards a rest. Does that make sense? I just like to give them a rest to kind of get that energy out because it's just had a lot of, it's just had a lot of energy from that love reading. So I like to give you a fresh deck with fresh energy to do your reading. JT, if you make sure that you, because you followed, if you press the notifications, and if you go down below and follow me on Twitter, it will tell you, because I tweet when I'm going live again, so you won't miss when we're actually on live, alright? You'll get the notifications. Rouge Hot Pocket, you go and get some sleep. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for the gift sub, and I'm really, really happy that that read was exactly what you needed. Thank you. Absolutely sharing a smile, and JT, we've loved having you in the channel and in the chat, and you're more than welcome. Absolutely are very, very welcome. So make sure you just click that notification so that you actually get notified when we're going live through Streamlabs. But so follow me on Twitter and then you'll get the tweets that I put out when I'm going live. So we're doing a general one. That one just popped out. project. Lovely to see you here, Nali. Just you drink your coffee and look. We've been doing quite well tonight, actually. So really, really well, really well. It's lovely to be back. So this was the card that was jumping out. It's the Ace of Cups. Our new love, new relationship, new start of something, new beginning. Emotions, relationships or passions, something we really love. It's upside down. So it's saying something's actually stopping us starting something new at the moment. So, or we've just started something and it's not quite getting to where we want it to be. So let's see what the rest of the cards are saying, as it's a general. Lovely to see you back, Heather. So let's see what the cards are saying about the Ace of Cups being reversed. Okay. We have here the Chariot, which is the major arcana of movement, and that was also reversed. So it's kind of telling us that at the moment there's not a lot of movement going on. Something's just started, but the movement's not quite there yet. So might be a little bit of stalling. We have the Queen of Coins. We're hoping to be in charge and master of our resources and abundance, but it might not quite be going exactly as planned yet. So if the new project is to help you gain some resources and to bring more abundance into your life in any area, there's a little bit of the Chariot in reverse going, saying it's a little bit of a, almost like a hangman situation where it's just there's a little bit of stalling going on. So let's see what the rest of the cards are saying. Okay, we seem to be getting one upright and one in reverse. So it seems to be telling us that Temperance, saying there's lots of balance and flow. Everything just goes well as it seems. Lord, I think what this is telling you very much, and remember this deck was actually fallen on the floor. So there could be lots of mix-up, but things happen for a reason. And Temperance is saying there's lots of balance and lots of flow. Now this one is the Nine of Swords, which is normally nightmares and thoughts going around and around. When this one's in reverse, it's good. This is saying we can have the flow and the balance as long as we don't allow the thoughts in our head to stop us from doing that. And maybe some of this has been, there's been some negative thoughts that are starting to turn around and get a little bit more positive, and that's where the balance and flow is starting, but it might not have filtered through the whole way through to everything yet. So don't lose heart, because often when we get cards that are telling us things aren't quite how we want them, that's our way of saying it's a time to be able to just check everything, and we're going into a new year. This is the last month, so if you've got new things going on, you've got plenty of time before the new year. Oh, 6 a.m. your time. I don't know whether there's a change in your time zone. I don't know, because I tried to make sure that the tweet went out so everybody knew. So I'm sorry about that. Now we have some lovely cards here, Lan Lan. We have the King of Coins. Now you have the Queen here. So we have the Royal Pair for the Pentacles for the resources. Yeah, it should show their time. So this is saying that there is definitely mastery of abundance coming through. You may have to wait a little bit for that to happen. But look here, you have the beautiful Four of Wands. You have the 1111. You have the 22, you have the portal going through with the 1111, which is blessed. As a 22 is a master number, it's the builder. So you are building towards having the resources you want. But that building can take a little bit of time to come to fruition. You don't get to be the king and queen of coins overnight. There is a process. And we haven't seen any other coins here. So the emotions in the cups are saying you've got a lot of passion and drive about it. Temperance is saying there's balance and flow to come. The swords are saying make sure that your thoughts are positive and that everything is going according to plan. And look at, we have even more cups here. So although the one is saying it's not quite there, look what you have. You have the harvest, the pentacles are 7. You're saying remember to wait for things to come to you. And then you have the 9, almost all the way to the top. So these ones here, we're letting you know, like this one. These are cards of waiting and saying, when you put something like this in action, a new project, a new idea, whatever it is, when we just start with a 1, it's a long way to get to the 10. We can't expect it to happen like that. We are not bewitched, we are not Samantha, we don't wiggle our nose and it just appears. I'm aging myself now. But we have pentacles here and we have the 7 and we have the 9. Of course, you have the 7 of coins here, and that's saying you do have to wait for the harvest to come thing. Oh, I'm sure it will be great. And there's lots of things happening, and that one's the party card. And I love Bewitched, so did I. I used to love watching it. The 9 of Cups is very much the card of let's go to the pub, let's have a drink, let's get together with our friends. Perfect birthday celebration card. Lots of things happening. And allow time to allow them to happen. Things do not manifest overnight. We plant something in the ground, it takes a season to grow. When we start a new project, it takes time to build up. Nothing comes overnight. We have to put in the work and the effort, but we have to give that effort time to actually produce something. You need to be patient. I'm trying to say it without, as one of the sayings my mother used to say, you just have to content your little soul in patience, dear girl. And she used to tell me this, and you may have heard it. This is really aging me. Patience is a virtue. Virtue is a grace. Grace is a little girl who never gave the time to wash her face. In other words, even 2 minutes to splash some water and soap on her face in the morning, Grace didn't have the time because she was so impatient to start the day and see what was coming to her. But patience is a virtue and we need to wait sometimes. So, beautiful cards, but the message is so much coming to you. But like birthdays and Christmas, we have to wait. They don't come every day and we have to wait for the time. It's a beautiful saying. It is I was obviously very impatient as a child because I had it all the time. My mother would say, patience, I know, patience is a virtue, virtue is a grace. Grace is a little girl who never washed her face. My name's Vera, and I just washed my face. Now, can I go and play? I remember saying it all the time. So my mother must have despaired of me at times. But yes, I'm going to draw you. My mother was a Scottish woman and had the most amazing of sayings. That was one of them. We have the bridge card. The bridge card is taking us from one place to another. Bridges take time to build. But it's saying when you have patience, you can actually go from one side of the bridge to the other. In other words, he got the message of patience, and here's the Sagittarius as well. Yep. So, absolutely, patience is the word of the day for you. Things will happen, things will come, but it's very much that we have to wait for our blessings. They're coming, but we have to wait. As Liliana said, she's waiting for a harvest, and we said you have to go rest. Because harvests take time to grow. They take time to harvest and to actually come to us. There is, in the law of attraction, people will tell you that there is a universal conveyor belt, and as you put out your law of attraction manifestations to the universe, that you want everything to come back, it's not like a conveyor belt in the supermarket where you put it on and it just goes pop, 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 pop into your bag. It will come to you, but there is a time and a space. We have to make room for it to come. We have to believe it's coming. We have to take action for it to come. But patience is something we all have to have. And because we're talking about the universe, we are going to have the universe cards. Because I always finish a reading. You are destined for greatness on the wings of love. To clarify, the primary role of love are not to heal, fix or mend, not to soothe, cure or ease, not even to refresh, rejuvenate or restore. Hardly. The primary roles of love are to Yahoo! Yeehaw! And woohoo! Because it's what we feel in here. But even for that to happen, you still have to be patient and wait for those feelings where you can go, woohoo! That's just awesome! Woohoo! And that's what the birthdays are for. Woohooing everywhere. Yeehaw! I love that. And you know what my favourite is? I'm a military girl. Booyah! Love that one. It's got so much feeling. Everything just gone right. Booyah! Brilliant. Bring it on. Yes. Tayella, you are next. Are you still able to hear us? Are you still on the train? Oh, thank you, Lun Lun. I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate the feedback. I really do. And I'm glad that you enjoyed the reading. And I hope you get lots of wonderful things for your birthday. And when you do, you have to tell us all about them. And pickies, if they're able to be taken pictures of. Because, you know, some things aren't birthdays. Some things are very personal. I have loved reading for everybody tonight. I really have. It's been wonderful. And I'm sorry I've missed a couple because they've had to leave, like Drew and JT. But I didn't want to skimp on anybody tonight. I just wanted you here. Yes, great. I just wanted to give you all the very best. I've been away for so long. I wanted to really make you feel special. You can have a general reading. I had a tower moment. So my present last month, and I felt my pharmacy qualification. I'm a bit lost at the moment. Okay. Can you also roll dice to pick a deck, please? Absolutely. It's the Oracle one. So you have the choice of the Grand Lux or the Oracle. Yeah, they were really positive about the results. But like I tell everybody, the readings aren't set in stone because sometimes things happen. When you say you had a tarot moment and you failed it, sometimes if you've had a bad day, something's come up, and sometimes, whether we like it or not, nerves can get the best of us. I know I failed one of my units and it was like, whoa, what did I do? And I realized I was super stressed about failing it. And I almost talked myself into failing it because I was super stressed about failing it. So and I'm sure you can do a retake. So did you want the Tarot Grand Lux, or did you want the Oracle of Visions? I rolled because the Oracle came up, but I thought as that you might prefer the Tarot Grand Lux for a tarot. Tarot's got a little bit more structure if that's what you prefer, or the Oracle. You were so hungry during your exam. That's all it needs, because when you're hungry, your brain's not functioning because all you're thinking of is food and all you want to do is get out of there and eat. So you know that actually it wasn't that you didn't know the information. You were so hungry because we know when you're stressed, the cortisol makes you hungry, and it's kind of like you almost, and you don't want to, the Oracle, okay? You don't want to eat because you think, oh, I'm going to be ill. I used to get terrible exam nerves. I don't know the difference. Okay, let me explain. The Oracle is just pictures that I interpret. The Tarot has a definite structure of Minor Arcana 1 to 10, Major Arcana, the 22 high theme cards, and the 16 court cards. It's a much more detailed deck. The Oracle I interpret myself because it's just the pictures I interpret. So it's up to you. You can have the Oracle or you can have the Tarot. Because you already know the reason why, what your Tower moment was. Your Tower moment was you had built yourself up so much, you forgot to actually look after the inner self. You were so busy on the brain. And even when you've eaten, you get hungry in an exam because the brain power you use, the energy is enormous. Absolutely enormous. That's why people, when they go straight out of an exam, they go and hit the coffee bar, have coffee and a cake and eat, and because you just want to replenish all the energy you've taken. 3-hour exam is horrendous. Tarot then, please. Absolutely. We know that when you take it next time, you will pass it because you know the stuff, and you will make sure you eat plenty of carbs to keep you going. But not so many you go into a carb coma. Plenty of protein with a little bit of good olive oil fats and everything else to keep your brain so going. And it's really important that you hydrate. Tuna, salmon and fish is really good because it has all the right oils and the right things inside it to keep the brain working when you're doing the exam. And having something you can suck on an exam to help keep the sugar level up, to keep your energy and the brain burning. For your general reading, we start with the Seven of Coins. This card has come out a few times tonight. The message of patience, the message of we have a harvest coming in your degree, because it's resources, it's the practical world. It's what brings you money, and your qualification will bring you money. It is having the patience to know that you've got to sit that again, and that your plans are on hold until you can have a reset. Okay, it's very obvious what that one's saying. It's really hard, but use the patience, go over things again, give yourself, well, okay, I know I failed that one, but actually I can still take it again. All right. We have here the King of Coins. This is when we have full mastery of our resources. It's in reverse. We have to be patient, because until you get that qualification, you're not going to have the earning capacity that you know that you have coming to you. You know that will turn up the right way the moment you pass your exam, and we know that's going to happen. Being hungry has nothing to do with the information and all the studying and all the hard work you've done. That tower moment was very much a preparation of the body, because you've been preparing the mind so much. Are you having to wait a whole year? Are you not allowed to do a reset? Can you not, will they not allow you to do that? Do you have to repeat the whole year? Sometimes they do allow you to do a reset beforehand. They don't often, sometimes you don't have to wait the whole year. That's something you'd have to talk about with them. I know different courses have different things. Next July. Okay, so it seems a long way. I know it's 7 months. And what you say to yourself is, in that 7 months, I am going to prepare. I've got all that time again to relook over stuff. You have 9 months of nothing to do. No, what you have 9 months is actually preparing for that, getting yourself some other experiences, seeing what your other options are. It's not nothing. Let's see what the cards are telling you, because the High Priestess here is saying, start looking within. You have all those skills still. There are things you can do even without that final qualification. You can explain to people. You might be able to get a job somewhere saying, I have to do my finals. You might be able to work and do something, yet you might find something else to do to allow you to look inwards and go, I'm not wasting that 9 months. I'm not just treading water. I'm going to use that time productively. I'm going to do it. I might be taking a break. I might have to travel. Depending on what your personal circumstances are, there are still things you can do. You can do a lot in 9 months. People have babies. There's a whole new way of starting a project and coming to fruition. There are other things you can do in 9 months. So many things you can do. Don't just sit and wait and get into the mindset of my life is on hold for 9 months. It's not on hold. It's only on hold if you put it on hold. Having a tower moment, feeling hungry, failing your exam, absolute worst luck ever. You've learned from that. You've learned a valuable lesson that preparing your mind and your body are both important. 9 months, breathing space, decide what you want to do, see what your options are, do some research. Do not take this, see what else you can do. What did you want to do with your qualification? How do you want to go about it? Look inside. Start realizing that you have a lot of answers inside. You have to ask the questions. And I'm going to bring this one up. The Five of Swords is having little battles. This is a battle you're having with yourself in your head. I failed. I have a year to wait. I'm wasting a year. My life is on hold. Everything is a catastrophe. They are thoughts in your head. The battles here are with yourself. The Eight of Swords, you are binding yourself up in a position of, I'm going nowhere for 9 months. You took a retail job, but I can't find anything fulfilling to do. You took a retail job. If you've got to take a job to get money, absolutely. Then take what is there, even use that money and go, okay, while I'm doing this, I can still be thinking, but I'm being with other people, I'm getting purpose, I'm getting up in the morning, I'm doing something else. Your skills are to the point that there are other things you can think of doing. Don't allow yourself to get stuck. Also, don't just put your books away. Make sure you keep your knowledge current in what you're doing, making sure that you're doing everything you can to keep yourself ready and prepared for that July exam. What you're doing at the moment, I know, is filling in, but filling in a way that is actually helping you, not making you feel worse about yourself. Right? Because it's very easy. You need to keep revising, absolutely. Your core aim is, although you have 9 months, is you actually have 9 months to nail any area, and you've already seen the exam. Hello Mo, how are you? Lovely to see you. Thank you for the welcome back. It's so good to be back. Really good to be back. Missed it so much. So you need to revise, and because you've seen the exam, when you looked at the exam, was it an area you thought, oh, I was a little bit shaky on that anyway? Because if there was, you know what to revise on. You know how to, you know how they've set the exam out. So you've kind of had a bonus look that nobody else had. And although I know you're going to take a different exam next year, you've seen the layout, you've seen what they do, how they phrase questions. So therefore, you have an added advantage. So put that in your mind, saying, I don't have battles. That battle is actually a plus. I've actually learned that from failing that exam, I know how they put the exams out, I know what they do, I know how they phrase them, types of length of questions, of answers. When I'm revising, I can go, oh, that section, yeah, they kind of spoke about that. If it wasn't on the test, guess what's probably going to be on next year's test? Having trained as a teacher, you tend to have alternates. So you won't get the same exam, don't expect it. You will have alternates. The Seven of Cups. This is the wish card. I wish I'd done something better. All my dreams have just like stopped in midair. It's all pie in the sky. I'm not going to get any of that now. That is so not true. Tayala, every single one of these wishes and hopes. Oh, thank you, Mo, for hosting. I appreciate that. Thank you. Every one of these hopes will come true. You have to work at it. And you know that even though you had studied and everything looked fine for you passing with absolutely flying colours, you had a tower moment. That is life. Every day we have tower moments and we overcome them. How you respond to the tower moment, how you deal with all of this, that's what will get you through the next 9 months and to overcome other tower moments in the future. It's not the tower moments we have, it's how we react to the tower moments and how we rebuild. Taking a retail job is absolutely fine, but if there is more you want to do with that 9 months as well, working, absolutely. We all have to pay bills, put food on the table. and you have to revise. That's your top job for the next 9 months, is revising so you feel absolutely you are going to nail it and get the best mark possible. I don't know in your situation whether you are only allowed a supplementary pass if you pass it, or if they actually give you your full mark. You will have to find that out. Some universities will only give you, if you failed it, a supplementary pass if you take a reset. If you have to wait a whole year and do the unit again, different story. There's a whole lot more you want to do. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Mo, I've actually closed the actual queue. I can't speak now. Closed the queue. Taylor was our last. My voice is starting to go. I haven't spoken very much for the last month since I had my my biopsy through the bone. So it's not hurting, but my voice is almost gone. You've already graduated. Okay, so although you failed that, you still actually graduated. So are you still a pharmacist? Or if you do a reset, that's to do. I'm not quite sure. You've graduated. Are you actually a pharmacist? Or are you just trying to figure out the next step because you have that and you don't know what you want to do, which is what you weren't sure last time? No. You have your master's in pharmacy. That's great. So you are actually a pharmacist. You could go into a pharmacy. The exam is to qualify as a pharmacist. Okay. So when you actually take the exam, there's a step in between. Okay. It's not a qualification. I know a great deal about. That's why I'm asking. So you can't practice as a pharmacist. But next July, when you pass it, you can then practice as a pharmacist. It's a bit like a lawyer having the bar exam. They can be a lawyer, but they can't go to court because they haven't passed the bar exam in that state. So for you, you need to pass your pharmacist exam to actually practice as a prescripting pharmacist wherever. Correct? Okay, right. In that case, you know, I'm not going to say it's a formality, but you know the mistake. Going into an exam hungry, that didn't work for you. So you know how to combat that. You're going to keep revising to keep everything up to date. Taking a retail job, that's a great interim step. It gives you money coming in while you figure out what you want to do. That is fine. That's what this card's all about, these two. Looking deep within, there's all my choices. What am I going to do? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. You have the world at your feet. Lan, you're going to eat now? Thank you, Lorena. I'm happy and grateful that you're back. Thank you so much. I love being back. Night. I will be back 3 times a week. I'll be closing up here very soon. Take care. Like everybody else, making the decision of what we want to do with our life is not easy. So for you, you have a lot of choices. And I know not having the pharmacist qualification yet, you're a little bit stymied on that area of what you can do. But you actually have 9 months of researching. So you have a job, keeping everything going, ticking over, that's great. You've got time to study, but you also have time to figure out what it is you want to do. Sometimes different opportunities present themselves. And even though we give ourselves a qualification in one thing, it can lead to a different area. All different sorts of ways. You might find there's something you particularly want to do, that your pharmacy masters will take you into another area. You might want to do something else totally different and give yourself another option, another string to your bow. I'm not sure of the plethora of opportunities that are awaiting you with a master's in pharmacy, because it's not something I know a great deal about. But I'm sure, like every master's degree, when you have one, and having 3, I speak from experience, can take you in many, many different directions. Because you are of a time in your life now where, although things haven't gone exactly to plan, you know what? They never do. They never do. And that is why when we have a hiatus like you're having, then that allows you to have a breathing space to find out exactly what it is you want to do. Thank you, Anna. Does that make sense? And maybe the reading didn't give you the answers you wanted. But I really believe for you, because I know last time you weren't sure what you wanted to do, maybe this breathing space. You have the moon. I'm sorry, Zahik, the queue is closed because I'm finishing up. This is the moon here. This is when something's hidden. That's saying that actually, you not only do you have the answer, but some of the information's hidden. This is telling me you need to do some more research. The reason you can't make up your mind is because you don't have all the information to give you an answer. And it's not that you have the answers, you can't make the plan yet because you don't know all the opportunities that are out there for you. So while you're in this job, have a look around, see what it is you can do with that Masters of Pharmacy. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to take it to another level? Do you want to take it to a whole different ball game? It's up to you. Your life is yours to live. This woman here, you're at the center of all the decisions you make. This compass, only you know the direction you want to go in. But sometimes, even with a compass, we have to know the end point. The compass can take us a direction, but if I get in my car and drive and go, I'm just going to drive along the roads wherever, it's actually tarot reading, not astrology. But that compass can't take you to the end point if in your GPS you haven't put, I'm going from home to wherever, or I'm going to another state and I know exactly where I'm going. You can travel the world and go, I'm going to see where something takes me, but when it's your life path and your career, you can aimlessly wander. The compass can say, you're going in that direction, you're going health, pharmacy, research, teaching. You nearly need to make up your mind, basically. Before you can make up your mind, you can't have to have a plan in place. And to have a plan in place, the direction, I think you actually need to do a little bit of work with a magnifying glass and figure out what it is makes you happy. Whereabouts do you want to be in your life? What do you see yourself doing? What is it that drives you? What makes you happy? What gives you joy? You have a master's, you know how to research. Hello, afternoon, how are you? Thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. My name's Tara DNA. Afraid of coming in when we're almost at the end. I've been on here for 3.5 hours nearly, and I'm not taking any more readings, but hopefully next time, if you want to join us and come back again, you'll be able to get a reading in. Especially with a follow, you'll have the in-channel points. So, I'm glad to see you laughing and crying. Does it make sense that you're an intelligent, you know exactly. Absolutely. Happy you're back. So, Tayala, I'm going to give you one of the universe cards. Time to make a demonstration. The older the soul, the softer the glance, the quicker the smile, and the sooner to say, I love you. They also skip and wink more than normal and hold hands with those they walk beside. Utterly fearless. You have to make a demonstration to yourself that you believe that your happiness, your joy, and your future are actually so worthwhile. You're going to take the next 9 months, like gestating a baby, yes, I went there, to figure out where you want to go with your life, what you want to do. You've already got to the point of having a master's in pharmacy. 6 months' time, 7 months' time, you will take that exam. Grow your mind, baby. Absolutely, grow your mind. But you have so many options. And what you need to do is figure out which one you want to take out of the universe and say, that's the path I want to go on. Do a mind map. Do some research into all the different alternative fields you can use your degree in. See what it is you want to do. You know as well as I do, with science degrees, and I have 5 of them, and I've used them in so many different ways. Once you have that master's degree, it opens up a world of opportunities. You need to level up and stop putting myself down. Absolutely. You need to grow a pair, young lady. You need to grow a pair and man up and go, you know what? I can throw the dice and I can let Lady Luck decide my future, woman up, or you can go, all the different facets on that dice actually give me all those choices. I will choose the ones, I will discerningly choose the ones I'm going to have a look at and research. And when I've done that, then I will pare them down again. I am going to give myself some time to research, use the brain I've been using so far, instead of letting my emotions go, failed that, so hungry. Should have had a Macca's before I went in the exam, not waited till afterwards. Pull up those big girl's panties, our friend Abba would say. And you know what? As a grandma of 60, sometimes the big girl panties aren't enough. You have to pull on the grandma panties that go all the way up to here and go, whoa, I've got to really, really pull myself up by the bootstraps. Pull up the socks, pull up the knickers, and go, not use your brain in the last few months? Well, you've got to keep it ticking over, because if you don't, when you go to revise, you're going to go, do I remember this? When you have to take an exam, you know it's very different to using it. Grammy panties are coming on. Absolutely. You've got this. But if you haven't looked at your books and used your brain, don't use it, you'll lose it. when you've still got an exam to prep for, and especially one that's important, you have to be going over your stuff like it's your job all the time, because you need to keep up here sharp as a whip. Because when you go into that exam, you're going to look at it and the first thing is going to say, I was here 12 months ago, I shouldn't be sitting here. You can't talk like that. You've got to be positive and go, I know the stuff, I've just got to keep it sharp and fresh in my mind. Okay? Like I said, take it from someone who's got 5 degrees and 3 masters. I know what it's like taking an exam, and I know what it's like to fail one. It's how you come back, and it's how you actually bounce back, keep up the work, and go, not failing it twice. Damned if I don't do better than I would have done the first time, because I've seen the paper. What would you have done to be able, I'm not saying cheating, but you know, we all say, God, if I just knew what was on the paper. Well, you know the format of the paper. That's huge. You have an inside track. Comeback is always better than the setback. I love that saying, Heather. The comeback is always better than the setback. Everybody here is pulling for you because we know you can do it. And you know what? You don't learn from your successes, you learn from the failure. And this one failure and how you bounce back and what you do with it will set the tone for the rest of your life. It's not the opposite of success, you're absolutely right. It's part of it. It's a great saying, I love that saying. The comeback is always better than the setback. I've told you guys before, I've been through numerous different challenges, mental and physical, that I've come back from. And the biggest part of my learning curve and what has set me up for life has actually been how I've got back after a failure. When I broke my back at 15 and was told I would never walk, I would not have the use, I was a tetraplegic, I lost use of both my legs and my right arm, and was told I'd go to a workshop and learn how to paint with my left arm. If I was lucky and that didn't get paralysed, or my mouth. I would never finish school, I would never graduate, I would never have kids, I would never have a normal life. And I went, really? Yeah, well, I didn't believe in that. When you fail and things go differently to how you hope, absolutely, you can do it. You've got to direct your energy. The universe will make your path known if you listen. And sometimes it speaks loudly and sometimes not so much. Sometimes it's a whisper. Sometimes it's just that on the breeze. You can do this. Everybody here is telling you, you can do it. We know you can. We're all here behind you and supporting you. And you know that you have everything it takes. Absolutely everything. We love you, and I'm so glad you've been able to open up and tell us, because that can be the hardest thing to do. But we're your friends here, and we're all here to support you. Okay? The lecture is over. Love you. Big hugs. Lots of love. Okay? And I'm pinching that saying, Heather, the comeback is always better than the setback. Absolutely love it. And Para, failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. I love that too. Gonna make you cry with my words? No, don't cry. Well, you can cry if you want to, but that's not the whole point of it. The point of it here is to let you know that, you know, I have 4 children and 7 grandchildren, ranging from 2 to 23 now, she is. So, I treat you all as family. I treat you all as my own. That's how you all are to me. You're all my own. And I would say exactly the same to you as I'd say to one of my own children or my own grandchildren. Exactly the same. With or without the cards. Exactly the same, because it comes from the heart. Okay. Now, it is 9:30. I've been speaking for 3.5 hours. Anna is streaming tomorrow morning. She has to get some sleep. I know it doesn't seem very late, but like I said, I haven't done a lot of talking the last month because I was unable to. As some of you know, I had my tumour biopsied through my jawbone where they had to drill, and because of my heart failure, I couldn't actually have an anaesthetic, so I just had it by injection. And Anna will tell you, I was in no fit state for a good week because I was black and blue everywhere, swollen, and was on mega painkillers, and was talking like this because I couldn't move my mouth, and I still have no feeling because of the nerve in this part of my mouth and here. So really happy I can actually speak and that you can understand me because I wasn't sure. Come back really well. So I'm going to love. Yeah, she was. It was so funny. It was so swollen and so hot. We got those migraine cool strips, and I was actually sticking them on my jaw, and because it was so swollen, they wouldn't stick. So we actually got sticky tape, sellotape, and we were sellotaping it across my face and under here to actually keep. I should have taken a photograph, but I looked horrendous. To actually keep it on, but trying not to put it over the bruising because I had bruising here and here and all the way down to here. So yeah, the fact that I've been able to speak for 3.5 hours is a major milestone because I didn't know if I'd only last an hour or how long I would last. So thank you for giving me the energy and the support and the love to actually be able to stick through 3.5 hours. Because I wasn't sure I was going to make it, but you can tell my voice is starting to go. So I'm nice to meet you too. I will get some rest. That's why I've been drinking all through, because I can only drink a little bit at a time. My mouth was so swollen, I actually had to buy a baby milk toothbrush because all I could fit into my mouth. I'm recovering so well. The stitches have all healed. It'll just take quite a few months for the bone to come back. Talia, you're so welcome. And I'm actually glad you were the last reading because I was able to give you the more time because it was important for me to get you those messages. And I have recovered really well. It's just now getting my throat back to use talking for that amount of time. So yeah, I'm just happy the bruising's all gone down and the swelling. And we'll let you know because the first week in December I get to see the heart specialist and find out whether I'm cleared to have anaesthetics again and what they found on the biopsy. And I've credit to the guy. I had 2 nodules here of the biopsy that literally come through the jawbone, and he took the first one out totally. And he kept saying to me, "Are you all right?" I'm going, "Yeah, just keep going, keep going." I said, "If my thumbs are up, keep going. Get as much as you can." Because the first time they took biopsies, they didn't get enough. And I said, "Don't let it happen the second time." I said, "I'm not going through this for nothing. If you're drilling through my jawbone, take what you can." So I did kind of say to him, "Can you give me the chiseled look while you're there?" And he just laughed and said, "You just joke all the time." And I went, it's a bit like having liposuction and saying, but this is the jaw, so can you just give me a chiseled jawbone, please? I want the really chiseled jawbone. So we just laughed about it. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm resting. Anna's taking care of me like you wouldn't believe. And I'm going to say I love you and leave you. You know those of you that follow to click the notifications for when I post on Twitter. All the links to the website, to everything else. But I post when I'm coming back on, and I'll be back my normal times as from this week. And depending on how lovely the Black Friday sales are for my new Brio camera, I'm hoping that we'll have a new camera set up, and in the new year, a new PC. Because I might be getting Layla's, her 2-year-old gaming computer, because the one I'm using at the moment is 15 years old. So we're hoping to upgrade my setup over the new year. So, and then with some more decks coming, so hopefully in January, things will look a little bit spiffier and a wider range of things. So, because I'll have a big banner at the back here as well. So, good night, God bless, love you all. And like I say, remember, and I get the saying from Marcus Katz from Tarot Professionals, the tarot deck is a deck full of possibilities. So, live your life to the fullest of possibilities that you can. I am going to end the stream. Good night, God bless, and I wish you all well, and I will see you all soon. Thank you for the follows, thank you for retweeting, thank you for the gift subscriptions, and thank you all for coming back again and gracing me with your presence and your trust to read for you. I will continue to heal, I definitely will, and this is the best part of the healing process, is reading for all of you lovely people. Good night, God bless, and thank you, Anna, for all the extra work you did tonight, behind the camera, under the tables, picking up cards and everything else, and sorting out sound and everything else. You are the best mod, the best daughter, and the best possible person in the world. I love you dearly. Thank you. God bless me when He gave me you as my daughter. You are my world. Good night. She did so well. She really did. And she's going to go live herself on camera for her birthday. So follow Anna, Analog Gaming. Keep a lookout for that. It's going to be amazing. Going to be amazing. Good night. Yep, we definitely want to stop the stream.